Duncachino on the microphone. Sexy. Phone at AEW. Boy, does that guy do a damn good job. He's always reminded me of Dave. Dave Rose has always reminded me of him. Cyrus the Virus, no doubt about it. Good on the microphone. Kenny Omega's guy. And tonight, Kenny Omega returns to AEW. Joe Cronin just pulled into his driveway 15 minutes ago to be here with you guys. Great to be here with you. I just pulled into my driveway. I watched the entire show on my phone tonight. So, just letting you know right now, I know I've got some takes. I got into my home. I had a terrible day. I've been up since 6 a.m. working double. Both of my regular jobs are missing people, and we're in big trouble with lots of things. And Daddy Joe was forced to take on more responsibility than I need to, want to, or really can afford to as far as my YouTube channel goes. But nevertheless, sorry for not really being here as much and for coming on last minute, but that's my situation of life. It's really a bad situation to be in. And who knows what, will come of it. Hopefully I don't get fired tomorrow for leaving early, but leaving early got me here in time, and it got me here late. So it was a awful day that I just, what are you going to do? But I'm here tonight. We're going to be on Discord. Man, the opening with Moxley and CM Punk did get me a little more pumped up for what's to come. I think it's going to be... What the hell?
We plan the spot all day.
Oh my God, DWELSH!
I want you to jam.
Holy shit! What the fuck is going on? Oh my God!
It's in your bunghole.
What? I haven't said a word yet. Oh my God.
Audio Jungle. Drew Bar, Todd Fair, Sith. Haha, you bitches.
Wow. DWELSH is calling out. I don't know why he keeps doing this, but he just can't stop calling people out, I guess. He's calling out Drew Bar, Todd Fair, Sith NEGAN. I don't think any of those people are bitches, man. You guys are amazing, but Jesus Christ. DWELSH said, wow, he's calling out the OGs, I guess. DWELSH, is that why you're sending me a snickery face, like a little, haha, you got more money than everybody? Is that what you said? DWELSH telling me he's got more than anybody. I don't know about that, but DWELSH says he does. DWELSH, man. Kenny Omega is back. There's good vibes going on for some people. Probably not Jim Cornette and several other people like that, but hey, listen, I found it interesting tonight. I thought it was obvious. That's the one thing I'll say is it's obviously Kenny Omega. Obviously they're going to win. I like this because he's still battling with vertigo and some problems, and this compression pad that he's wearing is probably got to do with several different things. I don't even know which injury it 100% applies to. But, he's obviously still battling through some things. But being in a trios match allows him to have some backup in case anything goes wrong. It allows him to have, a backup plan, things like that. Damn, DWELSH is bringing it on. BRW is here. Western Massachusetts in the house. That's crazy to see Western Mass. Come over here to Foxborough. Let's go to Gillette Stadium. We'll see a Pats game. How about that? But I got some news on this, plus the Raw ratings, the AEW ratings. CM Punk and... Kenny Omega, man. CM Punk, rather, and Jon Moxley opening up AEW tonight was
glorious.
I thought it was fun. I liked that part. What up, Mustafa?
Dude, that opening segment. Okay, that first hour of AEW television, again, definitely, I'll even say a step up from last week, even though it is still a themed show. Dude, it slayed Raw.
Was this a theme show again tonight?
Yeah, because they're promoting an HBO special again, but still.
What did they call it? I don't even know. What did they call tonight?
House of, oh my God, I had it right in front
House
of me.
Of Hardcore?
House of the Dragon.
Oh, House of the Dragon. Like they're pumping up the Game of Thrones stuff?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow. I guess I did know that. I did hear it, but I never put two and two together tonight that was a big thing. That's funny. All right. Well,
but dude,
come on.
Dude, that first hour of AEW tore up Raw. And again, I liked Raw this week. I thought it was okay.
I thought Raw was about a 5 out of 10 this week. But
that's what I'm saying. It was okay. It was in the middle. That first, dude, if you would have just said, okay, we're just going to have this segment and we're going to have the 2 out of 3 falls match, which we'll get into in a bit. If you just gave me those segments over watching 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, I would just take the first hour and just says, okay, that's enough for me. I'm invested. Yeah. Especially if I was a casual fan.
You mean with CM Punk?
Yeah, just the whole hour of AEW, that first hour.
Yep.
Which, by the way, I cannot wait to see what that rating is, because even though it may not be as significant, I would like to think that if you're a casual wrestling fan and you're just curious about who the hell these guys are, they're just berating each other on the microphone, which, again, it's not like quite MJF CM Punk, but CM Punk and Jon Moxley will definitely do for now. And we'll talk also about this, Joe, but and again, it's incomparable because there were 2 different eras. But I'm not going to lie to you, it kind of reminds me, in a sense, not entirely, but in a sense, of Rock and Austin. One guy wants to be better than the other. The other one just wants to kick the other guy's ass. They want to fight all night long. They want to cut promos all night long. It's got the vibe of, we want to fight. And I think everybody wants to just see these 2 guys fight.
I'm going to choke you to death for what you just said. No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it. I know what you're saying. It's not as big as Rock and Austin, but it's the sort of the thing. I get it. I kind of get what you're saying.
It's not at all in terms of Rock Austin, in terms of the money, in terms of the influence, in terms of pop culture, not even close. But in terms of a wrestling sense, yes.
Well, I like what they said tonight. By the way, I'm eating. I'm sorry. My wife.
I am too. I just had pizza.
I haven't eaten today. I've been dude, I've been working since 6 a.m. and now I'm here. So technically, I'm still working. If you want to count this as my fun job, right?
Well, technically, you're always shooting, but that's
my wife made me French toast. So
Ooh.
There it is, right there.
With the powdered sugar.
Yes, I'm probably gonna get heartburn because it gives me the acid reflux. But anyway, here we are. CM Punk looking good with the belt. What I did I liked how he was like, "This title don't mean shit right now until I beat you." That's what it's all about.
No, that was Moxley.
Oh, Moxley said that, yeah. But either way, the point is, I like that they're building up that their match means everything, because no one's the real champ right now until somebody beats somebody, and it's that important. So I like this. I don't think it's on some insane level, but I'm interested slightly. I'm slightly interested. I think the weaker link is Mox because I just don't get excited by him in the ring as much, but sometimes he does. So it's pretty good. You know,
tonight I thought Punk overtook him as far as promo work, but I think if John being in a certain element where he wants to be that guy and wants to out promo you, I think he could. Now in this case scenario, I mean, think of it this way: Punk is basically doing a Bret Hart thing, except he's got better mic skills in the sense that I'm the best there is, best there was. John's coming in as just like a very amped up version of the loose cannon character with Brian Pillman, except this guy is just bleeding like a stuffed pig on a week-to-week basis, hardcore style. And these guys just want to duke it out and just want to fight. And then we just found out tonight, we're basically having the main event pay-per-view match next week. So we don't technically have a main event etched for the pay-per-view, if you just realize that.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So I might have missed this because, again, like I said, I was watching this on my phone, and I thought this was at All Out, at whatever. This was at the big pay-per-view, Punk and Moxley, but now, no, they're going to do this on Dynamite? Is that what you're saying?
They're doing this on Dynamite next week. I believe it's in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, my God.
So my question is, and I was going to talk about this later, but we're on it now, does this expedite the process of bringing MJF back earlier than expected, and then now we have Punk and MJF at the pay-per-view, or do we get this later down the road?
God, I don't know, man, but I know that MJF needs to get back as soon as possible, and I would love to see Punk and MJF. They already did it, though, but so they're going to do...
The stakes are big. The stakes are bigger, though.
Right,
the stakes are bigger.
Well, because Punk is going to give... I just spit out French toast everywhere. Well, essentially, what we're trying to see here is Punk beats out Jon Moxley, and then CM Punk puts over MJF. Like they're going to build him potentially here to be the biggest star, you know, and the biggest torch passing in AEW right now, which is to make MJF the bad heel, horrific guy, and he beats the heel, man. He beats CM Punk. And then MJF is going to run with this title for a God knows how long.
I hope it's for 2 years, because here's the thing. If you're under contract and you're the champion, like, there's no reason why you should be walking out on that, especially if you are the champion. It's tradition. But again, Bret Hart did that. Various other people have done that over the years. But this also brings up another great question. You know, remember the last promo that MJF made, he's basically talking about all the WWE talent coming in. What is to say he practically has rivalries with mostly all the WWE talent that have come in, pretty much beats them all, tries to prove his point that, again, you know, all your WWE rejects, you come in and he beats them all. Could that be a possibility, and further even more so of the disdain that he can go anywhere that he wants to, mainly just on his, you know, his ability alone. But then obviously in storyline wise, he's not what they call practical to work with based upon his attitude. But again, that's what made him who he is.
What if MJF doesn't come back, though? What if he really doesn't come back?
He's coming back.
That's the thing. I don't see him actually really doing that and sitting out on his I don't see that. And if he does, he's probably one of the most, well, yeah, he's not the wisest dude when it comes to, like, you know, sitting out on your contract. Plus, also, if by WWE says, okay, we're going to buy you up, who's to say that he's going to have just as good of a run as he's already had in AEW?
Well, I mean, now that Vince is gone, now, because before it was like, no, MJF, please don't go to WWE. But now that Vince is gone, it's like, well, I don't know. But at the same time,
I doubt it, though.
I hope not, man. He can, dude. MJF could be you could be a king in front of 1 million people, or you can go to WWE and be a mediocre little guy in front of 2 million people. It's like, I'd rather, and the money. What?
My brother.
Oh, shit! Oh, my God! It's freaking Todd Fair! 100 after 100!
And they're going to jam it in. Where's it going, Joe?
And guess what? Kenny Omega returns tonight! Oh my God. Oh, it is a super chat. It's a super chat. Oh, man. Todd Fair, the king of cock.
Audio Jungle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Fair, your former king. Todd Fair is now dropped $100. Todd, thank you so much, man. Super chat wise. Look at that flag. Go right into the anus of some poor Japanese wrestler that Kenny Omega probably fondled in New Japan. But either way.
J-Bro.
Oh, it's right in there. But it's okay.
I mean, you know about J-Bros, don't you, Joe?
Oh, listen, he's going to become a little ring boy later. Oh.
Oh, little ring boy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he calls him little ring boy. Hey, I didn't do it.
I didn't either.
Todd Fair, $100. Tied right now, with DWELSH, $100 for the JCS Digital Championship of tonight. Who thought this would happen, man? Thank you guys so much. So
we have co-champions.
We have co-champions right now, like Jon Moxley and CM Punk. Look at Punk just sit there. You want a pipe bomb? I look like anorexic Santa Claus in the middle of the ring. Here comes another one.
Decided to take your hard-earned money.
Oh my goodness!
And to fund my show.
Oh, it's the Soundwave 92.
To fund what I believe in.
I think they felt bad about your day. That's why they want to support you.
Yeah, maybe.
Ass.
This is crazy.
JCS Army.
I had a crazy day.
Donate to me.
Yeah. Donate to me. I'll give you HIV.
Acknowledge me.
Look, I have no hat, so I look older tonight.
Really good show tonight, but last week's was better. 7. 5/10 first hour was awesome with Bryan vs. Garcia match, but having Moxley vs. Punk next week means we are getting a DQ finish. Hopefully means MJF is coming back before the PPV.
He's going.
What a great take. That is phenomenal. Can you imagine dropping $30? I just made $30 because Soundwave is amazing, and then he dropped that on us. Like, bro.
No, but seriously, I've been thinking about that too, Joe. I mean, think about it. What if we do get a double DQ, double count out, or a draw?
You think? Well, why is this going to happen? Why is it?
The reason being is
they do it all the time.
The main event. If they still want to have the main event at the pay-per-view, then most likely, that's the finish that we're going to get. But then again, I understand that these guys want to, go at it. But I'm like, you already went at it tonight. You already threw fisticuffs tonight. Save it for the pay-per-view.
Didn't they do the same thing with Omega and Christian last year?
No,
they had two
you nailed it. They did. And you know why? You know why Soundwave is saying this? I know exactly why Soundwave is saying this. Because they've done this about 4 other times. Where they put the match on early and it gets DQ'd. This is not the first time. This is the 3rd or 4th time. So you're right, and that's exactly what Soundwave is getting at because he's a smart guy. Like, he's always been a smart kid, man. Like, and
because he acknowledges Joe Cronin.
Well, no. He's just. It's not even the donation. It's that Soundwave is a smart person. So it's like, and I didn't really, like I said, pay 100% attention tonight. I was watching, but I was literally having to do my other job because, dude, you don't understand how many people have quit all these jobs and what's going on at all my different. I have 2 other jobs that are different, and it's the same thing is happening at all of them. And so they're like, we need you, or you're kind of like, you're in trouble.
They need Joe Cronin.
They need me. They need me, or they're in trouble. And I'm like, listen, I got something else to do later. But anyway, here I am. But I vaguely watched. So this is the thing that sucks about having to cover and having to watch on my phone is I miss these little nuances that usually I see when I pay strict attention to the show, which is why I brought you guys on right away because I only probably took in 60% of the show.
Oh, so nice of you.
I needed backup right away, right? I couldn't just I didn't have anything to rant on for 30 minutes and then get on here with you guys. I had to come right on. But anyway, no, Soundwave, I think he's right, guys. I think he's probably right.
We could be definitely getting that. But I also feel that, they could expedite the process. I don't think they're that smart or that dumb to do that, depending on your viewpoint. But that promo, though, I mean, the Punk starts off, he comes out, he calls out Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page does not show up. He's not even in the Trios tournament. And Punk goes, well, that's not cowboy shit. That's coward shit. That got to pop.
Well, wait a minute. Wait, who called him coward shit?
Punk.
Oh, so Adam Hangman Page might show up and screw it up.
Well, so we're gonna get a triple threat at the pay-per-view? That doesn't sound right.
Maybe. Well, no, I don't like that either. But
World title rematch.
Oh God.
He never got his rematch. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Punk calls him out for the rematch. He doesn't come out. We could have gotten that next week. We could have gotten Hangman versus Punk for a rematch. But again, that logic's thrown out the window. So at any rate, Punk knows Moxley has a lot of fans, as he says, and Moxley can be the number one in the fans' heart, but Punk is the number one in the ring. John Moxley is the third best guy in the BBC, or the BCC rather.
What? And, BBC? What the fuck are you thinking about?
I misspoke. You heard it. Yes, on this program.
Oh my God. What is wrong?
The Black Combat Club.
Yeah, did someone say BBC? You want this gig, Mustafa?
You donated $50. Yes,
you donated 50 cocks. I could donate fucking 50 cocks, so Mustafa bend over and you getting a lot, because I'll fill up.
I don't bend over. Sorry, just like Shawn Michaels. Like Shawn Michaels, I don't lay down for anybody.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say BBC again, you fucking weirdo. Okay, BBC, fucking weirdo. Why don't you go to church?
All right. Enough of that. Sorry. Go ahead, Mustafa. I'm sorry about that. That man.
The Blackpool Combat Club, the BCC.
Black.
So Moxley has the interim championship, and Punk makes it apparent that interim means temporary. Moxley is afraid to test himself against the best. Eddie, which he had also faced, is the third best Eddie Punk has ever been in the ring with. I opt for that. And he says he's the second best Kingston that he's ever been in the ring with. And then Punk basically is rambling on back in Chicago. Mox comes out. Punk is doing snow angels in the ring as Moxley's coming out, which I thought was, again, the heat is so good. And then Moxley is calling out Punk's bluff, telling me he may be the best on the mic, but he's not the best wrestler. And then Moxley basically tempts Punk to say, do something about it. These guys goes nose to nose. Punch after punch after punch, knockdown, and the AEW security do a great job, actually, in trying to separate these guys. Then finally they go backstage. Again, this promo was so good. Both guys wanting to be the man. Both guys wanted to be the best.
Check out, hey, Mustafa, look at this guy.
You have to put. I can't see, bro.
Oh, well, you'll see in a minute, or maybe. But I'll just say that there is
if it's rated R, nah.
No, it's not rated R. It's rated fucking monkeypox. But anyway, go ahead, continue.
In other words, NC-17. But that's okay. All right. Then next thing you know, we got 2 out of 3 falls. We have Garcia taking on Bryan Danielson. I already knew that this was going to be probably match of the night, and damn, it was.
Right.
The first fall. Garcia takes over with the Dragon Sleeper, which, again, the way that Dragon Sleeper was, Joe, because normally you would see it from a standard base, like when you're standing up and you're grabbing the neck of your opponent and just yanking it back. Homeboy was on his front, and Garcia just ranking it back like a crossface. Bryan passes out, and the first fall goes to Garcia. Now, here's the funny thing about that match. I'm not sure if you caught this. The referee... Daniel Bryan, they go into the second fall. The referee is using his 10 count. Garcia is up. Bryan Danielson is down. I've never seen that in any 2 out of 3 falls match, let alone, a standard, multi-person fall or whatever it is, like a type of a match, stages of hell. And I'm like, why is he doing this? And then it's not a last man standing. It's not Texas Death. I thought that was
in every match.
Yeah, it just wasn't looking right. And then
isn't there another guy named Garcia, by the way, or am I crazy? Am I thinking of somebody else? There's
in the same company?
Yeah. Maybe
I don't remember.
Maybe it's I might be crazy, but Daniel Garcia. How did you think he looked in this match? Because again, this was a match that I saw off and on. So unfortunately, all fluidity of this match for me was lost. I saw him get busted open. I thought they had a lot of stiff shots. It was a very like strong style.
Oh, dude, it was a very strong style.
Yeah.
Very strong style.
Yeah. So did you think this was the match of the night then?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
For me, yeah. Because if you look at it, I mean, again, there was a spot in the match that really scared me. Now, Bryan Danielson, ever since he's got back wrestling, I've always been concerned about when he would do suicide dives or land on his head, because I'm thinking to myself, dude, you're just one match away from ending your career.
Well,
You know
I mean,
what I mean?
honestly, dude, honestly, everybody is, to be honest, when you think about it. But I know what you're saying.
Well, in this company, yes, but
yeah.
He does the suicide dive, not through the middle part of the ring, but literally towards the corner. And luckily enough, he catches himself to the point, but like just the way that he landed, I'm thinking, God. And then they do a spot where they're at the ring post and they're like trading off, like they're holding on to each other and they're both banging their heads up against the post. Brian then gets out, or gets up rather, and makes it before the 10 count. Now, I'm not sure if I saw this, but I never saw the second fall. I never saw Brian going over on the second fall. I'm not sure if they did that during the commercial break.
Garcia had him in a chokehold, and he reversed it into a pin.
Right.
Oh, okay, because I didn't see that. Because I was watching the match. I was also, ordering food. But yeah, then we get into the third match, and then the third fall in the match, and Daniel, again, he's just beating the crap out of him with those kicks. Garcia's trying to return the favor. There was just a lot of back and forth, and probably my favorite Bryan Danielson match since coming back to AEW, actually. I mean, I love the match what he did with Kenny, but I like this match because I love the psychology and I love the technical wrestling throughout the whole process of the match, and it told a great story. And then afterwards, Bryan Danielson extends the hand to Garcia. Jericho, who was on commentary the whole time, which, by the way, Jericho on commentary is awesome. I love him on commentary. Same thing with MJF. Love him on commentary.
I think sometimes Jericho's quite overboard and he gets old after a while. He never gets old. I take that back. He doesn't get old. But I mean, I think sometimes Jericho's just too ridiculous. But
it gets repetitive.
But yes, but I love when Jericho shows up once in a while to do it because he's very good. He's very fun. I do love Jericho. But you know who I would like to see permanently be on commentary is No, I don't like Don Callis. Love Don Callis.
Yes.
Don Callis is like Jesse Ventura, but his own thing. A little bit of Heenan, but his own thing. So, no, I think Taz is okay. I've never been a big Taz guy, but I think he's okay. And Jericho is really good once in a while because he's so fun. But I would like to see, oh, God, what's his name? Don Callis. I'd like to see Don Callis permanently on the goddamn commentary booth as a heel. I want that. I want someone who could be like, JR, really? Did you just, JR, did you ever think maybe it's time to just give this up or, hang it up?
Yeah. I would say, all due respect to Excalibur, I like the fact that he brings up little things. Right. But it's like, dude, you got to get rid of him and just put Don Callis in. Maybe just JR and Don Callis as a duo.
Oh man, no, I think that because they need. I don't love Excalibur, but you know what? Even though I don't love Excalibur, I respect Excalibur. He has a good knowledge of a lot of the moves and the current moves, and he does clash with JR a bit because they call different moves the different generations of things.
They're two different generations of commentators.
Yeah,
so one's going to be quicker than the other.
Yes,
I think Excalibur is the modern day Mike today when it comes to naming all the moves and stuff.
That's actually a good point.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't mind Excalibur being there because they need without him, JR is like a goddamn forest fire. He'd be a little bit lost by himself.
You know what? Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was just going to say Excalibur kind of reminds me not more so of like Don Callis, but more so of like Mike Today. Like if you remember like the original TNA, like Mike Today and what's his face?
Don West.
Yeah, Don West. Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Don West, not Mike Today. More like Don West.
Listen, Don West had more of that raspy, excited call. I just think that Excalibur's very nerdy. Excalibur is a bit like Mauro Ranallo, dare I say it, without the presence,
without the Mamma Mia.
Yeah, well, no, I don't even like that. But I mean, Don. All right, Excalibur is just very nerdy and calling every little move, and he's too hyper. Mauro Ranallo is better. Mauro Ranallo is like a 10. Excalibur knows all the moves, but I think Excalibur is like a 6 or 7. But that's the problem, is Jim Ross used to be a 9 or a 10. Now Jim Ross is about a 6 or a 7, and Excalibur is about a 6 or a 7. And Tony Schiavone, it might be a 7. Tony's pretty solid, I think, but again, they're all missing some little part, but together they're pretty good. But Don Callis would add to the commentary. Mauro Ranallo, if he was calling AEW, would be a fucking 8, 9, or 10. He would be way up there. But fine. But I do think Don Callis would help. But now you'd have 4 guys on commentary. So
it's too much. It's too much. I mean, again, we've been used to 2-man booths for the longest time, and of course, every once in a while, even during the new generation era, we had the 3-man booths. I'm personally more of a fan of 2-man. You got one guy doing color who's a heel. You have the babyface announcer that's just talking about the match and the storytelling. But I mean, again, 3-person booths, depending on how they are and how they're worked, are obviously great. But again, maybe it's just a 2-guy booth in my mind that I've just been used to for a long time. But anyway,
if there were 2 10, if they had Mauro Ranallo and maybe like one other guy, like
Wade Barrett.
Well, I don't know. William Regal.
I think he signed at NXT or something.
Listen, it's the bottom line is I'll take 3 guys. That's fine, but they don't have 8s, 9s, and 10s on commentary in AEW. But they're better than WWE. That's the one thing. What?
Joe, it's your birthday.
What is going on again? Drew Bar is here! Drew Bar is here!
I want you to jam it in. Whoa, it's in your bunghole.
It's going in the butthole!
It's in your bunghole.
Kenny Omega's back!
I want it jammed in my bunghole.
We got a 3-way tie.
We love you, Joe. Don't let the work and bull crap stress you out, man.
Thank you, Drew Bar. I'm just feel bad. I don't even want to say it. I don't want to cry. It's just I don't want to cry tonight.
With a tear in my eye.
With a tear in my eye. I grabbed that little colored man. All right, no, that's enough racist. That's enough racist. Ric Flair the racist, get out of here. Why'd I tell you? Let me tell you something. Yes, Ric Flair is racist, trending on Reddit 2 years ago. Who remembers that? Drew Bar.
$100 from Drew Bar.
Well, now I don't know what to do. There's a 3-way tie.
Well, we got, I guess, trio champions, if you will, no pun intended.
Yeah. We got our own trio champions. That's true. Like, what the hell do we do here?
So after the match, this is the significant part. So Garcia wakes up. He's reaching for Danielson. Danielson is just amazed at this young guy who just wants to keep on fighting, applauds him. Danielson looks impressed. He tries to extend the hand. Jericho comes down and starts beating the crap out of Brian. Garcia pulls him off. Jericho's like, you better watch it. You better understand what you're doing. And as they go into the next segment, the crowd is chanting, "You're a wrestler." Dude, great segment. Love the storytelling. Love the match. The crowd was into it the entire time. This definitely is going to lead to something pretty damn good. Now, will Garcia leave the JAS? Possibly. To join Blackpool Combat Club? Say that 5 times fast.
I think we're getting Jericho versus Garcia at All Out.
Ooh, Are we going to get it that quickly, though?
I think he can make the kid if he lets him go over.
Well, I mean, how many people do we have in the Jericho Appreciation Society? What, like 7 people?
Yeah, a lot. Too many.
It's too many people. And I think in the Blackpool Combat Club, there's like maybe... Well, you got Claudio, you got Brian, you got Regal, and then you got Moxley. So then you got like 4 guys that can work, and then you got William Regal being a manager and a commentator. So that would probably make more sense in the long run. But then it's like everybody else is a champion. Garcia is not a champion.
Yeah, well, one thing we'll say about WWE a little bit, but mostly AEW right now. AEW is trying very hard to build stars, like as much as they can, even with people who I believe are fairly limited stars. CM Punk is probably Chris Jericho is the biggest star in AEW, probably CM Punk number 2, and then after that it's like Daniel Bryan, and maybe Moxley after that and whatever. So they're doing what they can to build stars, and they themselves, were in WWE when WWE still had about 5 million, when WWE had about 4 million people watching, and then 3 million people. So they're not they're not Rock and Triple H and Austin going to AEW, but they're as good as the business had at one point, not that long ago, in AEW. So they're trying to do the right thing, I feel like. My worry is what is going on with MJF. I just can't stop coming back to MJF, that he's been off the air way too long. Something is just wrong about that. That he's not, like, whether, I don't know, story or not, why is he off the air? This guy was on fucking fire. Why is he not on TV? And what happened to Wardlow? Like, what a mess. Some of this stuff.
We'll get into that too. I mean, again, thank God that we still have Jericho making guys, doing a lot for the younger talent. And the reason why he even went to AEW in the first place was to make talent. It wasn't just to get over. He was already over. And he even said in the beginning promo when they were in Jacksonville for that first live stream of the YouTube to launch AEW, he says, I already got the money. I already got the fame. I already got this. I already got that. He's doing this strategically to make sure that AEW is in great shape. Now, will he resign when his contract's up? We don't know. But I'm pretty sure that he would, because there's going to be a lot of new fluctuation of talent coming in that are definitely going to be in need of his help. I mean, again, the Jericho Appreciation Society, just for him to be a heel again, just to make other talent, great job. You know what I mean? But yeah, going into the, I believe there was another segment that we had like right before we go into the second match. But at any rate, Tony Nese,
Tony Nese. I didn't watch it at all because this was one of the things I skipped because I saw Smart Mark Sterling and was like, whatever.
It wasn't even a match. He got clotheslined from the back by Mox.
Pretty much, and then Mox then Mox calls out a Punk again and says, "Yo, let's do this again," which is probably the reason why.
I missed that whole thing. Then
we got to put it next week.
I missed that whole thing. They came back out again and got in a fight outside again.
Again, now normally in a segment in WWE, the moment you did something outside of the ring, you would do it in the back, like in backstage segment.
Mm-hmm.
But they went out there again, which again, loved it. Loved the concept of it. You don't see that often.
Love Pat Buck's red hair. I love that. You talk about Pat Buck's red hair. It's beautiful. My son's gonna have hair like that.
Luscious locks.
Listen, I love him. Ryback said he wrestled old men for money in a diaper, but there he is right there. You see Pat Buck? Look at him. I got to tell you something. Unless he is a scumbag, I don't know about it. I like Pat Buck. He was nice when I met Ryback, and Ryback yelled at me. He was kind of like, Ryback's a nutcase. Pat Buck is a great trainer. And I don't care that Ryback said that you wrestled sexually with old men for money and took millions of dollars from an old dying man. Pat Buck, I respect him. I think Ryback's a liar. And I think, you know what? Quite honestly, if I was Pat Buck, I might send him a cease and desist.
Show me some respect. I'm the Gorilla Ryback. You do not disrespect me. I want my $2,000, Cronin. $2,000.
Cronin. You know the way he says that? He's got a funny way of talking, bro.
Is Ryback even considered a wrestler anymore?
I mean, listen, he'll always be considered a wrestler.
He's a bodybuilder.
But he doesn't wrestle anymore, but he's a wrestler. Come on. I respect Ryback. I give him I don't even hate Ryback. He's just a goofy. He's a goofy person. I'm a goofy person. That's why, I listen. Everybody in the wrestling business is goofy to an extent. Right, we're all weird. They're all weird, and I'm weird, and it makes sense. So anything else happened with this then? I mean, this was a chaotic scene. They're back out there again.
Yeah, they're back out there again. We don't see him for the rest of the night. However, though, we go backstage, and it's the Jericho Appreciation Society with Jericho, Menard, and Parker. Jericho says to Garcia that he has a choice to make. So next week, they're going to be able to talk in the ring, and Garcia's going to decide his allegiance. Then out of nowhere, I'm not sure if you caught this, Joe, but during the Garcia Danielson match, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was the guest timekeeper.
Oh, yes, at ringside. You know what? I completely forgot, but I did see it when it started. That was cool.
That was very cool. And Ricky Steamboat comes up to Jericho and says, look, man, Garcia can make his own decision. And, dude, just like, you talk the same way, you look the same way, like, 13 years ago when we faced off, alluding to the match that they had at WrestleMania and Backlash. And then Steamboat says that, from here on in, it's Garcia's decision, and I think it would be the better choice if Garcia aligned with Danielson. Jericho says that he doesn't like Steamboat, never liked Steamboat. And right before as they were walking away, Parker then steps up to Steamboat. And here's the thing, though, Joe. If I'm ever in a situation where I'm just like, you know what, can somebody get rid of this guy for me? All I'm going to do is call up Steamboat to chop somebody right in the throat and put him off camera. That was one of my favorite segments of the night. Steamboat still awesome. Got it, and chopping people in the throat, making them their bitch. It was great.
Is Steamboat under a Legends contract?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Think he is.
He was literally working there as a guy. Like, I don't think so. Yeah, he was working there as a. He may have some kind of Legends contract, but it doesn't prohibit him from anything.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, also mind you that I think even Eric Bischoff and Ric Flair, people like that, must have some type of rapport with WWE in the sense where, even though that they're Hall of Famers and they might have some type of deal, that still doesn't prevent them from still doing indie shows or this and that. So, besides, they've also paid their dues, they made their own, and they can do pretty much whatever the hell they want, unless if they're consistently on WWE TV. No, they can't.
Right. There's the donation link. I didn't even put it up. My bad, everybody who was looking for it. I'm sorry. I didn't even put it up. And let hundreds of dollars have come in, and it wasn't even up. You guys found it on your own.
Also, like, share, and subscribe the video, and stick the thumb where, Joe?
In Mustafa's ass, mixed ass.
Nah, I don't swing that way, but it's okay.
Just accept people, all right? Gay basher. All right, but no, I'm just kidding. He doesn't do that. But what I'll say about Ricky is, it was funny if Jericho was like, all they ever talked about after that match was how, Ricky looked great. Yeah, I won that match, you stupid idiot. But that exchange was amazing. It's great stuff. Wait, Jericho did win that match, right? WrestleMania, yeah, he beat them all, right?
Yeah. Yes, and then I believe Backlash, Ricky got the Duke.
I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that was 2009.
That's crazy. Hey, listen.
That was the same WrestleMania Undertaker and Shawn fought.
Now, I thought that... Oh, yeah. Now, I thought that... 25. I thought the Acclaimed were supposed to be the scissoring, kind of questionable guys. But the brothers are coming out there looking like they really are ass boys. Like, I don't know.
Dude, they might as well call themselves that at this point, because it's more over than the Gun Club, because they're no longer the Gun Club now, because in quick fashion the Gun Club pretty much goes over on Griff Garrison and the Varsity Blondes, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr.
I love they got the old what was that?
I feel bad for Pillman.
Oh, because his kid is trash? No, I'm just kidding. No, I love Brian. I'm kidding. Brian Pillman Jr. I love Brian Pillman Jr. I've called his matches. He's a great person. I've met him in real life. I'm joking. Thank you.
I think, honest to God, the Varsity Blondes as a whole, I mean, again, talented, but unfortunately, they're just not, either they're not given the shot or they're just not ready. For prime time.
They remind me of, who are the guys? Remember the guys in WWF that didn't, God damn it! What were they? They were managed by Cornette for a second. You know what I'm talking about?
Heavenly Bodies.
Yes, the Heavenly Bodies, kind of like that. That's what they kind of remind me of, more than Hollywood Blondes, and they're more of the Heavenly Bodies type.
Yeah, I was going to say they're definitely not like the Hollywood Blondes in every sense. As much as I like Pillman and his attitude, unfortunately, he hasn't really shown any growth. All due respect to him on the mic. in terms of getting himself over and really connecting with the audience.
Well, he had that one really good promo, though, when they got personal with his family. That was pretty good.
Yes.
I honestly, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to throw one in for him. I don't think he's been given much of an opportunity again after that. You know, Jungle Boy hasn't been very good either, but he's had 70 chances. And now recently he's had a good promo. Now, not really tonight. They wutted him tonight. But he's had a pretty good promo a couple weeks ago or whatever it was. And it was like, wow, holy shit, Jungle Boy just cut his best promo of his career. And he had done like 5 or 6 shit ones before that. So, you know, there you go. You finally did it. And Brian Pillman Jr. might be similar, but I don't really see him getting a ton of opportunities. I think he's had about 2 or 3 chances over the course of 3 years or 2 years. You know, so
I see Pillman eventually going to WWE.
Well, you know what? I got to be honest. I hope for him he does, because I think he might. I don't know, man. I don't know, because again, he needs to have that charisma and personality. That's got to come through. Right now, all I've ever seen out of him is that he's pretty good in the ring. He's
Brian Pillman's son.
He's Brian Pillman's. I mean, that's about it. He's good enough in the ring, and he's pretty good in the ring, and he's Brian Pillman's son, and he's got the look. But right now he still talks like, you know, Shawn Michaels from the first year of the Rockers. You know, like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do something. But he doesn't have I'm the Heartbreak Kid. Like, he doesn't have anything near anything like that.
He needs a gimmick change, is what you're saying.
Well,
he needs to turn heel. What he needs.
Maybe he could, if he could come up with something, but I don't know what his acting level is and what his whatever. He's kind of a straightforward guy. I've met him in real life. And
he's a sweetheart. He's great.
He's
man.
a very nice guy, but he's a very straightforward guy too. He's not like, I don't know how willing he'd be to get crazy. He's a very, like, I don't know this 100%, but based on the vibe I got out of him, you know, he's a cool guy and a nice guy. But if you said like, yo, bro, bend over, you know, some guys would be like, you fucking fruitcake or whatever. You know, he would be like, oh, okay, you're weird. You know, he wouldn't really get, like, I'm just saying, I don't know what kind of comfort zone you can get him into, you know, where you can. I think he's just a straight up wrestler. Like, I'm going to wrestle and I'm a little passionate, almost like even a tone down from the Hitman. You know, Bret Hart's like early promos, he's kind of like that. But even Bret Hart feels more charismatic.
You know, and I get the idea that, you know, again, even JR and people like that behind the scenes will be like, dude, we don't want you to kind of like be like your dad, where you go off the rails and you're working yourself into a shoot and you're going to try to become this character just fooling the boys. But the other aspect of it is like, he needs something to A, get him out of the shadow of his dad, and then B, he needs to have something that's going to make him so memorable and valuable as an asset to that company. He's got the tools. It's just a matter of really chipping away the inconsistencies that he's had and the bad luck that he's had. I mean, I remember when he was feuding with MJF a little bit, I believe, or was with Warlow, like back in September of last year, and it had some steam on it. But then after that, it just like Kofi Kingston, whenever you would start a program with them, like back in the early 2010s, like it would go nowhere. You know what I mean? So there needs to be a change with him. And again, I'm not trying to say it's all on Pillman, but if I were being a betting man, I'd say, okay, it's time for an attitude adjustment, no pun intended.
I think they should team him up with Anderson Kid.
Oh, and be like the next like Four Horsemen gimmick type of thing, like they did at the Ric Flair's last match pay-per-view.
Yeah, they did good there.
What up,
It was
Jennifer?
a good match.
Yeah,
it was a good match. But again, he's got to be a heel.
I think right now they're content with having a tag team that's fairly solid. He's got the name. They've got a decent look. They can go out there and have wrestling tag team matches while they learn a little bit. So in reality, there's no need to rush. Like, we don't, you know what I mean? Even though we're all doing it, we don't need to sit around and book the guy as, you know, the next top mid-card star right now. You know, he can relax and be in a tag team for another year or two, chill out, you know, and that shit might come eventually. You know what I mean? So, you know, as long I'm not that worried, because he's fine right now. We need a tag team like that who's decent, but like, you know, not crazy.
You raised a piece of shit.
It's fine.
Hey,
Yo.
Joe.
Oh, praise
As your
Moomdar.
Twitter is suspended, I am not being able to connect with you. Do you remember the plan we came up with? Winking face. I will be free from September.
Yo, Presh Muhamdar, baby. I love how you typed it like that too, man. As your Twitter is suspended, I am not able to I am not able to connect with you.
Took him a minute just to get that out.
I'm sorry. I'm like dying. Praise Muhamdar. Thank you, sir. All the way from India. Yes. Unfortunately, man, my world is insane right now, and I have had no time.
You need to drink coffee, Joe.
I drink coffee every day. I drink a lot of coffee, dude. I'm a nutcase, dude. When I'm selling stuff, I'm a crazy person. But my life is so insane right now. It's unbelievable, and now it's even harder because I lost connection on Twitter. In fact, I had somebody asking for a charity situation, a very specific charity thing, and I was going to help them with it and write it. I can't now because my contacts on Twitter are gone. I'm unable to DM people that I need, like wrestlers, to help this person, and unfortunately, that's a really bad thing. So.
Damn you trolls, what's wrong with you?
So I cannot do anything for that. Well, it's probably Sean Ross Cyclops, but I can't do anything. So I feel bad for the guy. He's got this thing, and so. But anyway, I did text Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, if you're watching, I texted you on your cell phone, Matt Hardy. I called you on your cell phone.
Well, Matt's being too much of a daddy right now. I mean, did you see his recent Instagram post? He's got like 4 kids and occupied.
It's all right. One time he took 3 days to get back to me, so he may get back to me. So to the guy listening, looking for that thing that you're asking for help, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of time. But I did text a few people, and I did text who I have. I don't have a lot of cell phone numbers, but I got a few. So
if anything, Instagram Joe, he's around.
The problem is, yes, Instagram me. That's true, and we follow each other on Instagram. But the problem is, I don't have the contacts with the wrestlers on Instagram. So. My bad.
You'll recover. You'll get it back. But anyway, speaking of tag teams, so
I won't get it back. It's not coming back. I will say that.
So the Ass Boys or the Gun Club, whatever
what
you
is
want to call
this? They're scissoring.
Yeah, they are. But Billy comes in the ring and basically says, "Guys, I know I've been harming you guys for a bunch of weeks, but I just want to let you know I'm proud of you." Blah blah blah. They hug. Then all of a sudden, we see a brother by the name of. Oh my God! Why are my notes like this? My notes suck right now.
Wait, what? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. The bottom line is, fuck it. They had some tag match, and at the end, the goddamn Gun Club. What do you think about this? They turned on their own dad. I thought that was eye rolling.
Why I can't understand why I put this down. Okay, so pretty much, Big Stoke is here at the entranceway. Colton and Austin jump their dad to give him a right hand. They start beating on him. Then the Acclaim rush out to aid Billy. As the Gun Club rushes through the crowd, and then, of course, the scissor spot. Scissor me, daddy-o. Yeah,
dude, I'm sorry. It was even. Did you hear? Well, let's listen real quick. Actually, I got the audio. Listen to this. By the way, I'm sorry. I know it's fucking stupid. I'm sure Jim Cornette hates this. I love the scissor stuff. I am so into the scissor me stuff. I am weirdly into it. Like, it makes me want to be a lesbian guy. It's weird.
Hey, you getting dead-eye?
I thought his heart was broken. I guess not. But not his scissor fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, Stokely did come out, by the way, yeah.
Taz never asked me to do that. I won't. No scissor ass.
So they just scissored in the middle of the ring. Taz never asked me to do that. And then JR doesn't stop there.
No problem. Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh have had a pretty interesting last couple of weeks. Wardlow.
Oh, wait, I thought they said something else. May I miss it?
I thought his heart was broken. I thought his heart.
Oh, here it is.
Some sort of
Oh, here it is.
They embarrass you and hit you. Scissor me, daddy!
That should be a sound clip.
Well, I guess he got over it. I'm not sure what they were doing, but it looks like some sort of reuniting us. Yeah.
I'm not sure what they were doing. JR, I'll tell you what they're doing. Come here, watch this. It's Penelope Ford scissoring with somebody else, and he's like, "Oh, I love this now. Oh, goddamn!" You know what it made me think of is then him calling.
Didn't she create like an OnlyFans recently?
Yeah. Well, wow. Me? Oh, I did too. Wait till you see what I do on my OnlyFans. You know what's funny? I think Grimm stole my idea because he created one too.
He created one?
Yeah, he's really on there in like thongs and stuff.
Oh.
But like, dude, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the same thing. Like at the same time, he was
Please
like,
don't ever. It'd be like a walrus flossing.
Oh God, I'm gonna try. Well, his is really gonna be weird. You know? Can you imagine that? But see, he's got the weird thing about him is his average audience is like young kids. That sounds like weird. I feel like my average audience is like 29, 32. Like at least. I don't know, bro. Hey, man.
You need Jesus. But anyway, Death Triangle and Pac are backstage, and they have some choice words for Will Ospreay. So apparently, we're going to be getting some, I guess, Pac versus Will Ospreay maybe next week in Cleveland.
Oh.
I don't know.
Will Ospreay and Pac.
We might be getting that.
I don't care, but I'm sure some people will love that.
All right. So how many? I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't watch that many Will Ospreay matches. I mean, what do you think of him as a talent?
Will Ospreay, I mean, he's exciting in the ring, I guess, in some ways, and that's
he's good.
He reminds me of like Jake Paul or something, but yeah, he's good in the ring. He's exciting. He's a good talent to have in that situation, but yeah, I'm not like insane about him. I also don't think he sucks like people would say. I think he's he's an exciting talent. I don't think he's a mega superstar top guy, but.
Yeah, like for example, like is he like in Kenny Omega in 2016, 2017 NJPW? No. Has he got great athleticism and tells compelling stories to a degree in Japan? Probably more so than anywhere else. Yeah. But I mean, again, it's just like one of those things where it's like night and day between him and Omega or him and even Pac for that matter. But I mean, again, I still think he's great. It's just a matter of in a different context. But next segment, Jungle Boy then comes out. And he makes an alluded effort to remind people that it's like AEW management basically told me don't ever wear a particular shirt involving Christian being a pussycat, you know what? And the Christian then comes out and says he wants to make amends after Jungle Boy tries to hit him with a car and blah, blah, blah. Then eventually Jungle Boy, thinking that Christian is going to accept the hand, Jungle Boy attacks Christian. And then Jungle Boy proceeds to try to break Christian's arm on the steps. Again, I'm knowing that this is going to be happening at All Out. Obviously, Christian said no, that he didn't want to accept, but we're most likely going to get this at All Out. Is this going to be Jungle Boy's coming out party? Is this going to be the match that really sets him going forward, especially being a singles competitor?
I think that's the goal of Christian and them and everybody, to try to put Jungle Boy up on the map. Now, by the way, I would do something crazy for this match or different, right? I don't know what that is. Maybe a ladder match?
I think.
What are they going to get at the top of the ladder?
Well, they're going to get
Luchasaurus.
Yeah, they could do something like that, but I mean, then like
Luchasaurus on a pole.
You get the rights to Luchasaurus or something like that. No, I would put, maybe I don't know what I would put up there, but it would be maybe money, maybe put money on the line, but you don't need that, so it doesn't make sense. So I guess you got to throw that out the window. How about then don't make it a ladder match, make it a hardcore match or a tables, ladders, and chairs match, or. Make it a hardcore match. Make it an Extreme Rules match.
But do they really need a gimmick, though, of a match? Do they really need that?
They don't really, but I think they kind of do in a way, because this is a fucking really crazy rivalry. How about a Falls Count Anywhere? I mean...
Yeah, or like no holds barred or something like that.
Yeah, because I just think the two just going out and wrestling right now, I don't know why, but I feel like something. I know that I don't want to go overboard with gimmicks and matches and everybody has to have one. I don't want that. I just think that these two guys, Christian's a little bit older. I think it would be more exciting if they did something. How about a First Blood match? I mean, that's kind of where they're at. They've got this, it's a very personal situation going on here. I would do something like that. I'd go First Blood. Do First Blood match. Or do something.
I quit match.
I mean, I don't know. Like, none of it really makes sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't need anything. I know that, but I want something in that match. I don't know why.
It could definitely be no holds barred. I could definitely see it being that way, or Falls Count Anywhere. But it's like
street fight.
You got to keep. Yeah, because you got to keep it at a minimum. Because again, if there's going to be more matches between these guys, which I'm pretty sure, Tony may see him and do. But I mean, again, I just want to see.
Well, then, so So if that's the case, what's going to happen is they're going to have a regular match. It's going to be like 8 minutes.
Christian's going to win.
It may even be a disqualification, or Christian will cheat. And because it's not that important, because there's so many other matches that night and stuff, that it's not that important. So it will be the match that continues later, like you said.
Until Full Gear.
Right. And then the next match will be something where there's a stipulation. So that probably is the plan. So you're probably right that it probably will just be an 8-minute match that ends up ending in some kind of bullshit. Probably right. So you're right.
So next week, especially after the backstage segment with FTR and Warlow, Dax is challenging Jay Lethal in a singles match. They're still calling themselves the Pinnacle, which again, when MJF when MJF comes back, I mean, again, it's going to be kind of interesting because he built that faction. It barely became a real faction in the best sense possible because it was doing a whole feud with Warlow for the time being. Now it's just the three of them. If MJF were to come back, does that mean that these guys become heels again? I highly doubt it, especially since Warlow is a free guy and they just had the blow-off program back in May. We'll see what happens with that. But then we have the women's match. We have Toni Storm taking on Kylan King. I thought the match was decent. It wasn't really, it wasn't like earth-shattering or like a great, women's bout.
It was just there to get Toni Storm on TV.
They got Toni Storm on TV. That was the main thing. Now she's the number one contender because we had an injury with Chris Statlander, I believe, So now we just have her as the number one contender. One with the DDT.
Do you see how bad Statlander is going to be out like a year again?
Wait, a year?
I think so.
I thought it was only going to be maybe 7-8 months. Wow, even longer. Because
of her other... Well, okay, it might be 8 months, but I think she's going to take an extra month or two probably because... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but based on what I read, it's like you better take some fucking time before you get hurt again,
She has bad...
Real bad luck, dude. She's... and quite honestly, when she comes back, I hope that they book her in some kind of way because every time she comes back, it seems like, oh, she's back, and then they do nothing really the right way with her. It's like, so they really need to, push her. But then maybe they won't because maybe Tony finally will do the old Vince McMahon and be like, oh, man, third time is it. She gets hurt again during her beginning run when she comes back. Then there's a problem. Or there's insane bad luck. I don't know.
The wrestling, the mainstream wrestling business has been, very, cut and dry, especially when it comes to all these injuries. And again, it wasn't easy for this summer, but again, you make chicken shit out of chicken salad and you pretty much get what you get. But this was, I feel like, the right direction to go into, especially since that you got two baby faces. You're most likely going to get a heel coming out of this, possibly from being Toni Storm.
Didn't they do this match at Forbidden Door?
Wait, what?
Didn't they do this match at Forbidden Door? Or am I tripping?
Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, I remember this being on that card.
I don't remember. Wow, I can't even remember. I've got a short-term memory. I don't even remember that happening now.
Yeah, my brain's fried.
Yeah.
If somebody in the chat room can remind us, what was the women's match at Forbidden Door, please let us know. And I'll.
He might be right. He might be right. Or they had a match right before Forbidden Door for some reason too. I feel like I remember that too. So you might be on to something. Oh my God! It's turkey time.
It's the remix time.
It's the remix time. What up, chat? It's Bask in his turkey hole. Dude, this turkey's in my backyard all day today. Well, I wasn't in it, but Leah told me.
What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us?
It's a 3-way tie for the title.
Instead of mashed potatoes, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, those turkeys ate us. They cuddled us apart and first ate it on
Punk is hard. Instead, Kenny Omega's back.
Thanksgiving's getting kind of friggin' crazy because people's blood might be the gravy. The turkeys might gobble.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to bask
In his turkey hole.
Thank you to Bask in his turkey hole for dropping that $29 turkey dono.
Gotta clean it.
Let's hear what he says now. See if he brings it. See what he says. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it.
We shall swerve our turkeys together, for Daddy Ass is back with his real boys. Black scissors, black scissors, black scissors.
Black scissors.
Oh my God! Like, wait,
I think it's a little too direct.
you can make scissors into a color? What the hell's going on?
Well, I mean, again, you can paint scissors. Apparently, you can manufacture scissors in a different color. But
Yeah.
wow,
that's true.
this is too direct. So yes, Tony
Wow.
Storm did face off with Thunder Rosa at Forbidden Door.
Oh wow! So we're just retarded. Okay, thank you. I
We
forgot
have
too.
short-term memory loss.
It was probably not good. Well,
That's why we don't remember it.
It wasn't that bad, though. I think I do remember thinking it was all right. They had a not great promo work leading into it, but you know what? It was forgettable, I think, because we forgot it.
It's a damn shame. But at any rate, the main event, the headlining match. Now, we didn't know. I mean, as far as the last week, we pretty much thought, like, could it be Hangman Adam Page? We didn't know. But the moment that he said no, and especially after this previous Monday's episode of BTE, we had an idea that it was going to be Omega that's going to be coming out, especially when the announcer, Sam Roberts, got the white piece of paper and pretty much read it verbatim as a long entrance for Kenny Omega. Dude, the crowd shots of, you know, a lot of the women just going, oh my God, it's Kenny.
The
and then
losers.
he comes out, he got a pop, bro. And of course, Don Callis and what's his face?
Excalibur?
No.
Jericho?
No. The Asian
oil guy,
What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Michael Nakazawa.
Nakazawa. There you go.
Oh.
Thank you. Did I
I'm
say
on
Sam
Mike
Roberts? Justin Roberts. Wow, I'm off today.
Oh yeah,
because I did not eat all day, so that's why
Wow.
my pizza came late and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty
your
much
pizza,
out of
your
it.
pizza
Thank you,
fucking
chat
melted
roll.
early.
I'm gonna get roasted by the chat within the matter of moments. So just watch. At any rate, so these guys come out. It's a 6-man tag. Kenny is wearing Under Armour with his ring attire, which I thought was kind of weird. And then he takes it off, and then he reveals that he has a shoulder pad on of some sort, and he's not physically 100%. Even the announcers were like, he's probably not even 100%. Don Callis is putting everything in his being to put over Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And I mean, this match, again, I know that it was Kenny's, welcome back party. Was it one of his best matches with the Young Bucks or in any other sort? No, but it was just great to see him back in the ring.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'll say that. It made the show better, overall. And it makes sense with him and the Young Bucks. Like, we all saw this kind of coming tonight when it was starting to happen. But it was fun. It was fun to, I enjoyed it. Like, I wanted to be there to give him an ovation, man. He's back, and he's still probably not 100%. The vertigo is still a problem, I guess. I don't know if that...
I think it's more than just a vertigo.
Oh, no, it's more than that. He's got multiple injuries. It's not even a joke. He really does. He has multiple injuries. He's got vertigo, and but he can wrestle, and he's got tag team partners. So this this allows him to be out there, but still kind of be safe.
I'm just glad that he's able to walk, because I remember, even during Full Gear, I mean, the way he was moving out of the ring, especially getting carried to the back, was not good. He was hurting pretty bad, and then the probably the highlight of the match, which I thought was the most dangerous, was there was a spot where God, I'm blanking on all my notes here. Dragon Lee. It was Dragon Lee, and he's going through a suicide dive through the rope. Then he catches Omega right on his head and going for a tilt-a-whirl neck breaker right in the front of the crowd. That was sick. And I thought like somebody could have gotten seriously injured that badly, especially if you're an audience member. Like, can you imagine if somebody does a suicide dive in the front row and there's just you just can't catch them at all? It's scary as hell, dude.
Yeah, when they went into the crowd and you talking about?
Yeah.
With that suicide dive, that was nutty, dude. I thought they were gonna land on the crowd's lap.
And those were kids too, by the way. They're like barely like 4 feet tall. They're under 4 feet probably.
Oh, in the front row, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it was like a mom and her 2 children.
Awesome. I wish they landed on the mom. That'd be funny.
Landing right on the mom's lap.
They break the kid's teeth in the front row.
Hey, do you want a free souvenir, guys? We can bring home wrestlers. The actual wrestlers, not wrestling figures.
We're going to court. I'm telling
but
you,
yeah,
man.
then a few commercial breaks here and there. But Nick Jackson gets up, gets the hot tag. Hitting the drop kicks, the triple drop kicks. The Elite hits the triple suplexes on LFI, and Nick hits a springboard. Just a springboard, I guess. Tilt-a-whirl moonsault, kicks the charging Omega, but then eats a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Kenny Omega then finally tries to put, I believe it was Dragon Lee into One-Wing Angel. He barely can do it, but yet musters it up to do it anyway. 1, 2, 3. Your winners are Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite. But right before we're about to go off the air, Dragon Lee gets a DDT from Andrade, and right before that, he gets a DDT. The mask flies off his face, which I thought was hilarious.
At the end we get
Like we didn't have enough time to even go through that whole segment, and it was just like, you got to do this in the next 20 seconds, and then we go off the air.
Did he try to put it back on his face right after he got DDT?
No. So like right before he does the DDT, Andrade sort of kind of unties his mask. You're thinking that maybe takes the pressure off his head or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But then and just DDT, kind of like Terry Funk in Hell in a Cell when Undertaker chokeslammed on his shoes. Magically come. Same deal with this. But overall, I thought the show was great. I thought it for me was better than last week's show. I gave it a 7.5 to be nice. What do you think, Joe?
I probably think I'm at a 7, but that's probably because what did I give last week? A 7 last week too?
Gave it an 8.
I gave last week an 8. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be because I had to watch it the way I did. I will say, man, I watched this show weird. Like I rewound the show to watch the first segment, came back, skipped something, got to the next segment. So, dude, my shit's a bit tainted, but I'm looking at it, trying to look at it as, let's think about all the matches and what happened. All right, Moxley and CM Punk opened up with a great opening, I thought. 7.5 out of 10 opening. Maybe 8 opening, actually. But then, Daniel Bryan and Daniel Garcia had a good match, but, I wasn't, insanely entertained, but I thought they had a solid, they had a very wrestling strong style type of match. I appreciate that. So that's pretty good. 7.5, 8 there, maybe probably 7.5.
I was gonna say it was a better match in terms of the quality than the main event, only because Omega was being protected.
And so that big exciting moment at the end, I thought with Omega come back, I thought they did that pretty good. 8.5, 8 moment. Then the match was whatever 7. So. And then there's some other things that are pretty good. So, I don't know. I'm kind of at a 7. I feel like I'm at a very positive 7 tonight out of 10. And some people might give it a 7.5 and an 8, and I would understand that. And I'm giving it a 7 probably because of my mood and how I had to watch it. And if I was watching this at home on the theater screen with a beer in my hand, I might give it a 7.5 or something. But I'll go 7. 7 out of 10 for me. Not too bad. Better than Raw. Slightly better than Raw. I think I gave Raw 5. Raw's 3 hours.
I'm going 7.
You going 7?
Yeah.
So 7's here. What other people give it, I don't know.
Can I say real quickly?
Yeah.
The All Out card doesn't look that good. It's just not exciting to me personally.
Yeah.
Compared to last year.
Well, I don't remember last year's card even.
Last year you had CM Punk and Darby Allin, and you had, I believe, what was the main event? Kenny Omega versus was it Bryan Danielson?
It was Christian Cage.
Christian Cage, right?
Oh.
Eventually Christian. Actually, a few weeks before that, Christian took the Impact title away from Omega, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that was the first Rampage.
I don't think I loved last year's either. Now that you're reminding me of that, but maybe I'm crazy and wrong.
Maybe it's just the ending with the Adam Cole and Danielson debuts.
Oh,
that show was like a 9 out of 10 for me.
what's the card this year? Do we know it yet? Right now, we don't really know everything.
Well, I believe the main event, if I'm not mistaken, we had the Trios tournament finals, I believe, for All Out. We also have the women's title, Thunder Rosa taking on Toni Storm. The main event in terms of the AEW title is still up for question because we don't know what's going to happen based until what's going to happen next week.
Right. Yeah, we don't know yet. So yeah.
I believe. Oh, we also have. Oh God, I believe it's going to be Wardlow taking on the big guy. I can't remember his name. The Indian gentleman that's hanging around with Jay Lethal. We're most likely going to get that, and we're probably maybe going to get the Gun Club taking on the Acclaim, maybe as an opening match.
I think we're also getting Athena versus Jade for the TBS title.
I keep forgetting about the TBS title. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, because maybe it's because
it feels like a TV title. It feels like a very TV and almost like a decoration for Jade, really.
Mainly for Rampage.
Isn't it crazy that the belt is defended more on TNT than TBS?
Yeah.
and the TNT title was barely defended in terms of being on Rampage in a sense, because now it's like now we have the FTW title, which by the way Hook is defending that this Friday.
I'd love
too many
belts, and I wish I could check that out, but I will be so busy probably Friday that I won't be able to see it. I might watch it later though at some other point and review it, maybe separately.
Yeah, Saddam Singh versus Warlow. Thank you, Alex Oli.
Saddam Singh. Sorry.
But yeah, and actually, Joe, I wanted to kind of bring this up to you as well, and this has kind of been on my mind for a couple days, and this was posted up by Bischoff, I believe, on 83 Weeks, and I kind of want to get your take on it, especially with Tony Khan's direction.
His
he said,
erection?
and I quote, direction.
Oh.
Get your head out of the gutter, start eating that bread and butter. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
AEW is a super meaningful alternative to WWE, but the point is, Tony Khan refers to WWE as competition. Tony needs to wake the F up. You're not competition. You're not even taking any part of the market share. Your audience is not growing on TV, and that there is not even a comparison in terms of financial perspective, in terms of a revenue generation. So exactly how are you competitive? He's booking like a 14-year-old who would have a lot of toys and things he could play with, but I'm not seeing a story. We've seen the AEW audience call it a story, but it's not. It's an excuse for having a super match or a dream match. If his goal is really to compete with WWE, he needs to look at what's working in WWE in terms of storytelling and format perspective. He's going to have to wake up one day and realize that being a dirt sheet booker and catering to the internet wrestling community is a wonderful thing because your name is on the internet all the time. But AEW is not going to grow beyond the point that is currently existing. Because you're only serving a small portion of the audience, you're not reaching out to the broader audience.
Yeah.
Not everyone breathes, sleeps, eats in wrestling as you do. The internet audience does, but there's a more, and I don't want to sound passive, but a less committed viewing audience out there that's really important. And that's Eric Bischoff.
Well, and that's WWE has that same problem, really. They have their fans, and that's about it right now.
I mean, I don't know about that. WWE, again, with all intents and purposes, being, having casual wrestling fans, people that watch, Ms. and Mrs. and stuff like that. They have those people.
Yeah, but they really don't have, WWE's not growing. And neither, that's the problem. Nobody's growing. So even though AEW is catering to the 1 million of these people, well, WWE's catering to their own 2 million people that are shrinking. So, So it's not. I mean, we were on our way, and WWE was on their way to catering to a tiny group of people as well. Because
this is actually kind of interesting because people in the chat are going like, oh, I agree or I disagree. I mean, again, Bischoff is not wrong in the sense that, Tony's catering more or less to the internet audience. But again, those are your hardcore audience people that are going to constantly watch your product no matter what. But the numbers don't lie. I mean, again, AEW had some victories over NXT, but you're not having a victory. You haven't had really a clear victory over Monday Night Raw or SmackDown.
In the demo they have.
Yeah, in the important demo, they technically, kind of have in the demo. But I mean, overall, no, they haven't.
And again, can it happen? I believe it could, but I think if the catering... Here's the thing, I think what didn't work WWE when Vince was around. The fact that I think it was just trying to cater to everybody when essentially it just doesn't work that way. As much as you try, it doesn't work. Like when you have a direction and you're going to go with that direction, if, win or loss, you're going to consistently try to get better at that and then consist on that one... Maybe not that one demographic, but that one idea that isn't trying to cater to everybody. Because unfortunately, we couldn't even get the match quality that we got 5-6 weeks ago than what we've been getting for the past 3 weeks since Vince has been, gone of creative control.
Yeah. But, I said this the other day that I do have a little bit of a theory still. I have another hope. This is my third hope. My third hope is that the Castle thing that they're doing was booked in advance as well. So Triple H's hands are a bit tied because, okay, we have a certain way we're going into SummerSlam, so I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, we had a certain way we were coming out of SummerSlam, I'm not going to mess with that. We had a certain way of how we were going into Cardiff, the Castle, whatever the fuck thing is, so I'm not going to mess with that. But after this, that was all the long-term booking, you know what I mean, for the most part, or the lower... or the the mid, I don't know, not long-term booking, but we had a little bit of a plan for the next 2 shows. So
that's going to be a loaded weekend. We got Clash at the Castle, we got All Out, possibly an NXT show that same week.
Wait a minute, when is the Cardiff show? Is that in the middle of the day? Well, it's going to be in the middle of the day for us, isn't it? Because it'll be late over there. But so that'll be
the day before All Out.
Oh God! So a Saturday in the middle of the day.
Friday. I think it's going to be on Friday, right?
Wow, I forgot about that. Okay, so middle of the day Friday, I might even not be here. Wow, that's too bad. I might not be here for that.
Yeah, I mean, again, also, I mean, I get it. AEW is in a very delicate position right now because, again, as you said, Joe, there's just too many belts, and it's only been, 3 years? Again, build this up so properly, but again, no, everybody says, oh, we want this, we want that. Wrestling fans know what they want on the surface, but when it comes to long-term, they don't know what they want.
And they don't want to know. You don't want to know what you want because, you want to be surprised.
Right, and unfortunately, surprise in wrestling is very limited because everything is leaked out onto the internet.
Well, so the problem is WWE caters to the WWE audience. AEW caters to the AEW audience. That's fine. But neither thing is going to get them to grow. Either one. That's all right now. That's all there is to it. And the facts are there. Now, the only thing I'll say is, and by the way, WWE ratings dropped to 1.9 the other day. So, which...
Oh, Alex Oli, thanks for reminding me. I thought, because normally these special pay-per-views that they do over seasons, usually on a Friday, it's actually going to be at Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. I'll be here for that then. Nice.
Okay, apologies, guys, because again, they've been doing these shows on Fridays.
Wait, does that mean? Wait a minute, that means that same night is then another show, AEW. Is that true?
I thought the AEW show was going to be on a Sunday.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I'm sorry. I thought okay. Then good. Then so we get 2 days of wrestling. Huh.
Yeah, 2 days of wrestling back to back. Plus, also mind you, probably. I'm not sure if there's a NJPW show or what have you, but there's going to be some other shows happening also that weekend. I mean, again, the G1. Oh, did you see the well, obviously you're not on Twitter, but did you see the video that I sent to you via Messenger?
No, I haven't looked at anything today.
Okay, so basically, the Red Hawk Monster himself pretty much did it.
Oh no! I did see that. I saw the whole promo. I don't know. I didn't think it was as funny as you, but he said I'm coming in everyone. He basically said.
Yeah. That's the thing that I want.
Oh my god,
I
dude.
cracked up. I'm like, okay, Joe's gonna like this, so let me send it to
Dude,
him.
what a
so.
fucking weirdo. That guy, I mean, I will say, I thought it was kind of his best promo that I've ever heard of him.
Yo,
But then he's,
I'm gonna stand tall because you're gonna look up the lights and my ass.
oh my god, I couldn't stop thinking about just him being a loser, you know? Like, that's all I could think about.
Look up at my ass, Joe.
Where is it? I'll play it. He's like, I'm gonna come in your fucking... I like how if I click on it, I can go to my Twitter and see it. Like, it's so weird, even though I'm banned.
That is
on Twitter.
hilarious.
Yeah, my Twitter still allows me to open things. It just won't let me use Twitter, but it lets me view Twitter.
Be careful, Joe. The trolls are listening. They may try to dupe you too.
No, I don't know how that's gonna work. Here, let's listen to him.
And this message is for AEW.
Everybody
Gave
dies.
me the time to come and
Thank God he didn't do that. Everybody dies. He didn't say that.
compete in the greatest singles heavyweight tournament in the world. I don't care what company you're a part of. This is the absolute best tournament to be a part of with some of the best wrestlers in the business. I don't care what company you're in. You can say you're wrestlers now. Cool. I don't give a shit. AEW, I'm coming back. I don't know when, I don't know where, and hell, I don't even know who I want to fight yet.
Who cares? You're gonna lose.
An easy warning. Over 5 weeks, I'll have been in 20 matches. 6 of them the hardest in my fucking life. When I come back AEW, I'm gonna take every ounce of my frustration out on every single person that's there. I've fought for championship after championship after championship in AEW. It's time that I win one. Wardlow, you're the TNT champion. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Moxley, I've beaten you before, one of the very few to ever do it, and I'm coming for you. CM Punk, you say you're the best in the fucking world, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for every single person in AEW.
Ugh. Gross.
Keep playing it.
Wait, does he say more?
Yeah, there's more.
I'm going to take what is mine, and I'm not going to look back. You can kiss my ass if you think I'm too old. You can kiss my ass if you think I'm past my prime. You can kiss my ass because I am going to leave you on the mat staring up at the lights and my ass. As I hold a title, as I hold a victory, as I hold everything in AEW over
Oh
my
my
head.
God.
Tony Khan,
Replay that.
Don't
He's gonna come in everybody and then make him stare. at his
Replay
eyes.
that. And put it in slow motion.
As I hold a title, as I hold a victory, as I hold everything in AEW prime, you can kiss my ass because I am going to leave you on the mat staring up at the lights and my ass.
That's a new donation right there.
I don't know, man. I didn't think it was as funny as you. I just thought it was cringy. Gotta be honest.
It's hilarious.
God, he's cringy.
By the way, Tyrion Gordon in chat, go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Oh, got some heat.
got beef with him? That guy's usually normal.
He called you and me boring.
Well, compared to me, I mean, come on.
He compared us to Daddy MT.
What? You're not even on drugs. You don't have some naked girl on the show with me? Like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah. You're not like what's his face who showed his crotch.
These
are
are-
the little children online.
These
Come
are
on
my
now.
straight guys. You know, we got to have some kind of normalcy here, and they know stuff. How about that? I don't know. I haven't known half of the shit tonight that's been going on.
I've been a little bit off tonight just because, like I said, I didn't eat all day. I was fasting all day. I've been,
Yeah.
God only knows.
You've been
But
out,
dude,
you've been out
I've been
raping
consistent.
people.
No, not at all.
No, you're good. Listen, without you, I mean, I'd be sitting here babbling about the same things. I'd have about 30 minutes of content tonight, because I'm so dead and everything. So no, man.
But
listen,
Joe,
you're well needed.
we all got somebody that we need to lean on, Joe.
I know.
I'll be your
The
friend.
both
Joe.
of you have been great. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Listen, Jakey DeMarco ain't here, but hey. I mean, if he was here, he would have gotten the dates right, But you fucking Mustafa.
I mean, I get dates right, but unfortunately, everything has just been like inconsistent, especially since Vince is gone. So I'm just trying to do catch up with everything and just making sure everything is trying to be as consistent as possible. But overall,
Nice
I had a
try.
good time just being a fan tonight and just watching the show.
I had fun, man. I give it a 7 out of 10. I had a fun, it entertained me a bit. I was a little stressed watching because I was doing a million things, but I think that lent to my bitterness or lower score, I guess. So yeah, I enjoyed last week more. I watched more of last week, but you guys pretty much thought the same thing, which I thought everybody would. 55% thought it was a good show. 31% thought it was fucking amazing. and only 12% thought it was blah, and only 2% thought it was terrible. So, bro, this is a big thumbs up tonight, you know?
I know
One
who
way or
those
the
2%
other.
are that said that this was terrible. I really want to know your opinion on
Wow,
this.
look at Mikkel. What the fuck are you wearing, bro? Are you wearing Richard Simmons' rape t-shirt?
He's trying to be Sean's view.
Look at this. He's going full Macho Man crackhead.
He's trying to Hulk up, Joe.
Wow. Mikkel, what have you been doing, man? Where's your mom?
What?
Oh, no. Go get... That must be the guy banging Mikkel's mom.
It's my friend. But Joe, I broke my rib.
You broke your what?
Broke his head?
Yeah.
Your ribs?
Yeah,
Your head?
yeah.
You broke your rib?
Yeah.
He's talking about his ribs, dude. You broke your fucking ribs? What the hell?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that hurts to breathe.
Damn. Karma right. It went boom.
Oh, shit. Dude, what the hell? Wait a minute, you got hit by a car? Is that what you're saying?
No, I went to Karma.
Oh.
I don't know whether I should buy him a microphone or some tape for his ribs.
Nah,
but
bro.
either way, dude, I'm glad that you're at least doing okay, bro. You all right?
Well, he's not doing that okay. It sounds like he broke his rib.
Okay.
Wait, you're saying you got hit by a truck?
No, I went on the roller coaster.
Oh,
On the roller coaster.
A roller coaster?
Soothe him. Is that what you call? Is that what you call sex with your mom?
Oh God!
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Mikkel. I'm sorry.
He's wearing his mother's dress.
Oh come!
Did you
my
kill her
God.
and take her fucking clothes?
Ladies and gentlemen, Luke Rojas is here.
Shit bum.
Shit bum.
I'm poor, but I love you and want you to be happy.
Oh, Black Pumpkin Head. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum.
I think he wants to be your pimp, Joe.
Thank you. That's listen, man. Yeah, you keep the money, man, if you need it. It's okay, bro. Trust me, it's all right, man. Hey, look at what these guys. Look at we had 3 people donating $300. You know, it will be all right, man. You keep it. I really appreciate that, though. But yeah, don't do that to yourself, bro. If you're having trouble, seriously, be careful. I thank you for being a shit bum, though, Mr. Black Pumpkin Head. So. Yeah, you're here. Luke Rojas is here. Luke Rojas, what do you think, man? What's up, baby? How you been?
I've been good. I just really I saw that promo between Mox and CM Punk, and you know, I just don't like anytime any wrestlers get like face to face and they put like their like face together and then like their noses.
Are you thinking they're
touch
about to
and-
kiss?
Yeah, I don't know. I just find that shit so fucking like. I don't know.
Did you ever see the Brock Lesnar Kurt Angle deal where it was off air and I believe Brock kissed Kurt?
Yeah, that's the thing. The only time you ever do that is if you're making fun of it. Like, I just don't like the whole like when they're trying to build a serious food. Like, what are you doing? And then they get into each other's face. I don't know. That shit just it takes me out of it a little because. One, are you ever gonna let someone put their fucking nose on your nose in like a fucking like sentimental
Who knows?
way?
Who knows? Maybe they had cocaine on their nose and they try to do a little sniff. I'm not saying these guys did, but you know.
It looks like CM Punk's got cocaine in his fucking beard. Fucking old man piece of shit.
Oh my God!
He just needs a little touch of gray. That's all it is. Just a little touch of gray.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope he loses his belt because. Him as champion has no interest, like to me. Like I don't know if I'm the only one who views that. Like I think Moxley right now is he looks better as champion. CM Punk, I just don't view him as a champion, to be quite honest with you.
Wow.
Like not anymore.
See, I don't usually view Moxley. I feel the opposite way.
Well, Moxley's been having the same fucking promo like every. Like I'm here. I'm the only guy who could fucking bruise people's nipples and shit like or some shit like that. Everything's like how hardcore he is.
Wait, what? Say that again.
I'm the only one who can titty twist the hardest or some shit.
Oh,
I honestly, I'm starting to find all these ex-WWE guys really cringy. Like I heard like Brian, he made a fucking Renee was interviewing him, and she's like, "So you don't have the gut instinct to do the yes chant?" He's like, "Honestly, they forced me to do the yes chant." I'm like, "Yeah, the fucking thing that you made millions off of in merchandise sales. Yeah, they forced you. Oh, I'm so sorry, you fucking bitch."
Well,
die.
He was trying to not take the trademark from WWE. Essentially, I think that was his goal. But it sounds like they strong-armed him, like Vince McMahon strong-armed with Donald Trump. WWE board discovers Vince McMahon paid $5 million to Donald Trump's charity. I don't know why that's a problem. Is that a problem too? Or
well, I mean, he's not president anymore, so I guess you can do whatever you want.
yeah, but I mean, like, did he take money from the company to give it to Trump's charity, or did he take his own money and give it to Trump's charity?
That's probably a Vince question.
Money is company money.
But what is? I guess I'm like, what is this gotcha moment that Vince gave to charity? Or
I think they gave company money.
okay, if he gave company money to charity, I mean, I don't know. But then again, the WWE gives company money to tons of charities.
Yeah, like the CEO. So shouldn't he make that opinion?
I think it's just because they don't like Trump. People, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't. I mean, at this point right now, Vince is under so much litigation. I mean, it's he said, she said at this point, unless he's in a court of law or something even more extensive where he's actually, owing even more money. You know what I mean? Again, he's not really hurting it. And I don't think, honestly, Joe, at this point, based upon what I've been reading, that he's going to be doing any jail time.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not here to make a political thing either. I'm just, Vince? Yeah, I don't think so either. I just thought I saw that and it was a wrestling news story, and but I just don't. I guess I don't see it. It's like, okay, so it's just basically a story that's like, hey, Vince gave money to Donald Trump's charity. Okay,
it's a slow news day.
It is. That's a.
Why doesn't anybody call out? Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was done.
I'm just saying, why doesn't anybody call out the fact that they fucking are partners with the Susan G. Komen thing, which is just a big fucking scam?
I mean, I was just going to say that, but it's not a big situation even when it comes to that, because ultimately Susan G. Komen is, as far as that type of charity, is not even remotely close to like even what Donald Trump has been doing over the past couple of years. So
what do you mean, like in money?
Yeah, in terms of money, and like where's it been going, and
I mean, you think this? I feel like the Susan Komen thing makes a ton of money, like, and they don't even give any.
It makes millions a year, and they donate what, like 20% of their fucking revenue.
Very small margin, very small.
Right, like I don't even.
Mark even said that after he left.
Isn't that the same with Black Lives Matter? That it's just owned by a fucking organization that just like gets their fucking leaders rich. It's all a fucking scheme, bro.
I mean, here's the thing. There's the movement, and I'm not trying to even be political myself, but there's the movement, and then there's the organization. The organization, unfortunately, I never was for by any means, especially since what we found out later. That, like, one of the organizers buying themselves like their own mansion or whatever. Like, yeah, it was all BS.
There's one in Boston. There's one in California. What Rastaf is trying to say is just because you want to, stand up for certain rights and things like that and support BLM in a different way, you can support the idea, like, of what's going on without needing to fund people who are taking advantage of it to be leaders who are making money. You don't need to give a. If you support BLM in a way, we all kind of do in some way. But if you actually support the actual, like, you want to go out and make a protest about something, or you want to raise awareness about something, you can go do that and not give a dime to anybody. And that's the smart move, because most of these people, some of those leaders, as they say, and organizers, they use their fame and they use that to get themselves rich by the same way Susan G. Komen. Susan G. Komen, they use sick cancer people to make money, just like the BLM leaders, use that money, use a real cause to make money off for themselves.
They bring out women with their fucking cancer-infested titties,
Yeah.
flopping them around. My aunt had cancer, you know. She didn't. I don't think she ever fucking wore anything that said Susan G. Komen.
No,
'cause
they
know that it's a scam.
literally have a career because these women have breast cancer. Like they walk them around like pets. Like, oh yes, we love your breast cancer because now I have a house because I make $100,000 in this company. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there are tons of cancer groups and things and stuff like that are wonderful. You know, I'm sure there are some things that Susan G. Komen does nice. You know what I mean? Because it's a very good thing to raise awareness, I guess, right? And I understand, and the reason, and you know, we are being a bit not like naive about it. Awareness is important because the whole point is, this is a cancer people can get and not know it for years and then die of it if they're not hyper aware that, oh yes, this little change in my body, I need to see a doctor. A doctor could miss it, or you know. So there's a reason, but at the same time, there is that little part that's weird. You know, that you're making money on this and all these donations. It's a little bit of a, you know what I mean? It's a little bit of a gray line, I feel like, that they have. And same thing with all organizations. Anybody can take advantage of any cause, right? Like, and make money off of it. I mean, I'm my own charity, I feel like. Look at this. But
Yeah, where's all that money going? Where's all that fucking money going, Joe?
Actually, I'll you know what? You know where it's really going to go? And so they can feel happy about this. It's actually going to go to it's going to go to Finn's EpiPen because it's $200.
There you go. That's a good dad for you right there.
No, because my insurance, so I'm supposed to have insurance with one of these things that I'm in, but the insurance kicked off, and so we don't have it right now, and so there's nothing to do. But so I have to just buy the EpiPens because he has to have them for school. And they're like fucking $100-something each, but I think we get a discount or something. But it's still $200, so that's where it's really going. But then the other $100 will probably go to the gas all week. So good job, Drew Barr, DWELSH, Todd Fair. But it's one of those things where like it's a little bit of a gray line. People taking advantage of people. Not to say that all these causes aren't good, because they are in many ways, in some ways, like Mustafa said. So, but again, people unfortunately take advantage of shit, bro, and they know how to do it. They know how to take advantage of these causes, and it's
anytime a charitable cause or organization has ranks, I just think it's such bullshit. Like, well,
unless if you've been around for about like 50, 100 years, then yeah, it's absolutely going to be ridiculed. But unless if you have consistency and it's been proven that it's been able to help and aid people, then yeah, of course it's going to be cool. But yeah, those first couple of years are very difficult. But
well, you got to remember too, BLM's only been around for what? How long? 5 years. So there's plenty of opportunity for people to have snuck in and do all these.
In terms of the movement, it's been around longer. In terms of the organization, it took some time. Yeah,
right. And but they've the amount of criminality that could start in it, or people being opportunistic, right? Because it's not, the checks and balances weren't all put in the right way yet. You know what I'm saying? As a group, as an organization, like you just said. But yeah, unfortunately, it also, what's the word? It sort of, we're not trying to be political. It's just like, listen, I support people, but I don't support any organizations really. That's what it is. I just don't do it because I don't know, man. It's something about it I don't like. It's weird.
I mean, it depends on the agenda and also how it's worded. Because unfortunately, a lot of people will write something and people just think it means one thing, but it completely can mean the opposite.
That's true.
That's why again, I always tell people if you're going to sign a contract, bring that to a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Make sure you understand everything that's on that document.
Right, or they could steal your shoes or your house.
Mainly your house, yeah, absolutely.
Or they can do all kinds of things. In a contract, yeah, you got to have a lawyer read a contract. I mean, unless it's something that, because there are a lot of contracts you can get out of easily. But I mean, if you're signing a real document in real life, a physical contract, you better have a fucking lawyer for that.
Which again, Joe, like most wrestling contracts, as you would say, are most likely still to this day independent contractors, right?
Yeah.
So, like going back to the whole Sasha Banks Naomi thing, I mean, again, same thing with that happened with CM Punk 8 years prior, where you're independent contractors, you could simply just walk out. But again, because you're of an entity, that means they can pretty much not give you your royalty checks. Now, I don't know what's been happening since Sasha and Naomi's been leaving. Obviously, they've been making appearances, and of course, their appearances can be questionable based upon their subject, their subject matter. But it's just like, I get the sense that they're not getting their royalties or their paychecks. Like, that's stopped.
Probably
Billy
not.
Bodies, their royalties were cut off.
I'm sure that they were cut off as soon as they left because they did not leave good. Well, you know what I mean? I'm sure Vince and maybe even Nick Khan to a certain extent or whoever, you know, but probably Vince especially and on all those guys. They're probably pissed, bro. And I don't blame them, but I'm sure they should have been mad at Sasha and Naomi. Sasha and Naomi were kind of treated like shit.
Sasha.
Yeah, it really is Sasha. Sasha was treated a bit crappy, and then Sasha treated them crappy. So then they
I was just gonna say because Sasha did take a number of different times, took some time off. Now again, she was also doing she was doing the DeLorean, I believe, or she was doing
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
She was doing the DeLorean. That was great.
The DeLorean. I'm sorry, I'm brain dead right now.
Mandalorian.
Get in the DeLorean, yeah. She was basically doing that, and then some other ventures, most likely, and also making other public appearances. But then all of a sudden, Naomi is thinking the same thing, and like the day before they leave, you know, they post on Instagram or on Twitter like, "Oh, we got the best fans in the world," like nothing was wrong. But
I think it was a buildup of so much stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of things, and she was in one of those rooms where she had to break all the garbage and let her frustrations out or whatever. There's something up there.
Yeah, right. What a fucking pussy! I can't stand wrestlers. I had to get my frustrations out because I should be making 800,000 when I only make 700,000. Like fuck you! I'm so sick of wrestlers are whiners, bro.
Here's the thing. I mean, even back with China. I remember before this came out on the A&E documentary that just happened this past Sunday, where China basically said, "Hey, I want $1 million because I feel like I not only deserve it, but I'm this star." And granted, she was a very influential person, but at the end of the day,
they thought she was nuts.
She wasn't that great in the ring.
Well, they thought she was nuts too. That forget the ring. She thought she was a star, and she was kind of right, man. I mean, she really could have gotten.
She was kind of right.
Yeah,
she was kind of right.
Know your worth.
She wasn't really that big. I mean, yeah, she was there from the beginning with DX, but like if she was with some Joe Schmo, I don't know, she was always known as like the person who used to be in DX, just like how Xbox is always viewed as the guy who was in NWO and the guy who was in DX.
Now he's the guy who carries a dog around and take a piss.
Well,
he's the guy that WWE.
Did you get my previous 100 rupees super chat?
Yes, sir. I did. Thank you, Prayesh Muhamdar. 100 rupees.
I'll say the same thing about Jade. Jade is still green in the ring, and yes, she's got the personality, the attitude, and the gift the gab and the gift the jab. But when it comes to just like the in-ring product, it doesn't match the quality of where she's currently at right now as a personality. She still has some growth to do.
Thought China might have been better. Drew Bar 100 becoming a member. And by the way, that's 33 months in a row as a member. He became a member the day memberships were launched on this YouTube channel. It's pretty
got a member.
Yeah.
China didn't have that good of a personality. I mean, or a promo. Like she talked like that like half drunk lady who comes up to the fucking register.
Statland no plan to face Rosa, was gonna face Jade.
Yes, that's right. She was going to face Jade. That's a great point, Alex Oli. And now that's gone, too. So, Alex Oli, thank you for the $2. And, yeah, that'll never happen. Statlanders. We'll see her in June of next year.
Yeah, Pocket of Aces, brings up a great point that Jade is still, like, wrestling like crap. I mean, I saw her wrestle last year in September at the Prudential Center. She was still green.
Yeah.
Granted, she's got maybe 2 or 3 great moves.
Keith Lee has the personality of cum. The Varsity Blondes are AEW version of Billy and Chuck, but gayer. I think if I had enough alcohol, Jungle Boy would be a damn good-looking broad around last call.
Yep.
I really don't want to see Steamboat versus Jericho too.
That's not going to happen. No way.
Steamboat turned down Ric Flair's match. He's not going to do a Jericho match.
Shit bomb. Yeah, he would have done Flair's match.
Junior's call as it goes off the air is hilarious.
JR's call as it goes off the air is hilarious. Fuck, I just closed it too. I wonder what he said. Damn it. What did he say?
Can somebody get Mauro Ranallo back in fucking commentary for wrestling?
That
'Cause I don't
might
hear him
happen.
anywhere.
I hope
That
so.
might happen.
Yeah, whoever gets him. Can you imagine Triple H trying to get him and Tony Khan? They're like got to be fighting over like Mauro Ranallo.
But my question is
Shit bum.
the roster on NXT?
Jungle Boy versus Christian, make it a death match.
Main roster. Donnie Murdoch says Jungle Boy versus Christian, make it a death match. I like it, Johnny Murdoch. I like where you're at. I'm thinking the same.
As long as Mauro can just learn how to take a joke too.
Yeah, so he doesn't kill himself. Although then again,
or JBL.
I'd hire JBL on purpose just to fuck with him.
God.
Actually, I like JBL as a comment. I mean, I think he got worse over
next
time.
week the world title's on the line and Moxley's home Punk is gonna turn heel and FTR are gonna help him win. All out Punk heel.
You think Punk goes heel at All Out? So MJF doesn't show up, but Punk turns heel, and Moxley is in his hometown. But yeah, I don't know, man. I would put the belt on Punk. I would be shocked if. I'd be so shocked if Moxley won.
It was a little funny. Go ahead, brother.
No, I just wanted to say I think Punk should lose and then turn heel because it'd make more sense because hasn't he like not lost at all? So if he did have a loss, now he turns heel and he can seem like the fucking crybaby, like sore loser heel. And he can like be like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the reason why this show's still on the air, or some stupid shit like that. Although he had some line where he was saying like, well, I'm the dollar and the cents of this company, even though it's like, I don't think they've done that much better in ratings.
Punk was sort of kind of giving those heel tendencies tonight. I mean, again, he was still being cheered, and his main line of his promo was, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I tell a lie. And he was bringing up valid points, but again, in a very narcissistic, very heel-like way. But then Jon Moxley, same thing, was sort of kind of bringing that Austin mentality of like, oh, you think you got to like that? But yeah, you don't. So it's that whole back and forth.
I think that was the best Punk promo since the MJF promo last year.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good, and it was good energy in that promo. They finally made me kind of be like, all right, I want to see this now. I didn't before. Hey, let's see what JR said at the end of the show. I don't know. Someone said it was funny. Let's see. Alex Foley thinks it's funny. I don't know. Let's see.
And measured in hardware.
Oh, wow. It goes up.
Attack Dragon Lee, and the mask came off. What the hell is happening? Good night, everybody. For God's sake.
Okay, that's all it was.
Dude, the mask fell off. Dude, he untied the mask, and then as soon as he did the DDT, the mouse just popped right off.
They clearly were supposed to maybe stay on a bit. I don't know, but they did what they did. It was all right. I like how it went off the air kind of chaotic, and they'll probably upload the rest of that, I don't know, on YouTube maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they'll do an exclusive, or they'll do it on Twitter. They normally do.
Oh, great. Do it on the place I can't see.
Can I ask is like... Oh, sorry, I don't mean to do this. There's like a little delay on my Discord.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, every time I see on AEW, like every week now, it's like some fucking name to their show. Like, is it common for them to do like AEW pukes a lot or AEW fucking?
It's literally
it's
a sponsorship
like
this week. Is what it's basically a sponsorship is what it is this week. They used to do it once in a while to boost the ratings, but now this is different. They're doing this straight up for a sponsorship.
It's more frequently as of late, and it's mainly a theme show.
Nobody made money at whatever that Battle of the Lagoon or whatever just happened a couple weeks ago. Quake at the Lake. So nobody made money off of Quake at the Lake. But this week and last week, right, has been something about Game of Thrones. That's an advertisement.
Yeah. So what's next week? Is it going to be like AEW Dynamite Retribution territory areas, or like it's always like a super something?
Next week it will be AEW Dynamite X-Men edition. That's what it'll be. Or whatever.
Stranger Things
Dynamite. Or
Dude, oh my god, someone's coming out in a cringy Stranger Things cosplay.
they're gonna do like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AEW Dynamite Slim Jim surprise.
Oh, God.
Now WWE owns Slim, I think they are partnered with Slim Jim.
Still?
Aren't they?
Because of Macho Man after all these years?
Yeah, he used to shove them up their asshole.
Slim Jim, yeah. Well, actually, to be honest, dude, when Macho was doing those Slim Jim...
That got me to go after.
When Macho Man was doing those Slim Jim commercials, he actually went to WCW and still did them, and he was in WCW.
But now they again own Macho Man's, or they own WCW, and then Macho Man, I think, started doing it again for a little bit. I'm not sure.
Right.
I just remember one of their WrestleManias being sponsored by Slim Jim, so they probably still have good ties with them.
Do Slim Jim commercials with Diesel and Bam Bam Bigelow, like 95 or something?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
You want me and Bam Bam in the middle of the ring with Luna Vachon's vagina? Yeah. I'll taste it till it don't fucking leak no more. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm tired. I saw the grown men scissor tonight. What, Mikkel?
I gotta go, yeah.
Oh, you gotta go away?
So much.
Oh, you're in pain, man? All right, go lay down, brother. Sorry, dude. Yeah, broken rib, that's crazy. That's crazy painful. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, brother. Yeah, it's hard to talk. Yeah, dude, don't talk. Go relax, man. We're getting out of here in a few minutes anyway, bro. Love you, bro. Thanks for being here. I hope it heals up quick.
Go die.
God damn, man, that's awful. I will say the static in his room is louder than his microphone when he talks. That's what's crazy.
I'm about to say I'll buy him a microphone.
Right?
I gotta head out.
Oh, we got Omega's comments after AEW went off the air. Let's hear it.
And maybe I should be mad too. Maybe I should be mad too, because the reason why I'm in this state right now, the reason why I have to have 3, sometimes 4 sessions of physical rehab every single day.
Because I'm a pussy.
Is because of you. Maybe I should hate each and every one of you because I come back out here for you guys. It's never for me. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to be a little strange. I don't get out much, so I became a strange individual. I'm going to liken you fans to a very mischievous cat that pees and poops all over the house. Boy, do I get mad when I find it. Boy, do I get mad because I have to clean it. But heck, how can I hate a little kitty cat?
What the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, it's fucking gay.
Man,
I hope he dies.
He likes cats.
Man, that is a weird fucking promo, and this is why you're not Hulk Hogan. Even the crowd's like, what?
You think Hulk Hogan would do this? No, Hulk Hogan would tell a promo for the match that's gonna make millions and be record making. This is fucking stupid. I hope your cat takes a shit in your mouth when you're asleep, because this is terrible.
Wow.
Don't waste people's time with this shit.
This is weird.
All right.
Talk about my cats.
What is he? What is he talking about?
How about one of you AEW guys cut a promo without referencing the fucking insides of the business? You don't have to make a fucking break the fourth wall thing every promo now. Like that's what I'm getting pissed off with. Not just AEW, but with WWE. Like everything is like, yeah, I know this is a bit not your typical promo. They have to say the word promo, and then they got to reference like heel or face, reference something from like the internet to get like a cheap pop from the crowd. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we never hear actual promos anymore, and it's all just like references to the YWC.
Inside talk stuff. Like, yeah, like we know, you know. I know they were off the air, and I know what his point is about the cat. I get that. Why would you think that about the audience, though? I just don't. Why would you say that about the audience? It's just a weird thing to say. The whole thing is weird. I get it. I just don't get it. Like, I get it and I don't get it.
You raised a piece of shit.
Rastafa's voice makes me wet.
Well,
Here's Billy Gunn. My sons just beat my ass. Don't let me act devastated, contemplate what happened, or look shocked. I'll just do the Rivals catchphrase and celebrate all within 2 minutes. That Kelly Kling chick was ugly.
oh, Hangman Adam West, thanks for the $1, man. But good to see Kenny Omega back tonight. I loved it. And yeah, it wasn't on the
You raised
air.
a piece of shit.
The mediocre Khali aka Satnam Singh sounds like Sloth from the Goonies if he was Indian.
Oh.
Seriously worse than Asuka with mouthful of marbles.
Sat-
Rastafa eat something, you anorexic bitch.
Whoa.
Lance Archer loses more than Iron Mike Sharp in the 80s. Wooing.
Wings. There was special needs for the crowd, Derek. I'll tell you that.
You raised a piece
Oh, the
of shit.
donators are on the fire
Luke
tonight.
speaks truth. This is how I book. Flair has last match 2 in Fatal 4-Way. He beats Roman, Moxley, and Punk to win all belts and become 20-time champion. Then Cody challenges Rick in last match 3 at Mania and wins belts for his.
Leah said sucky sucky. He also said, thank you, Joe Compton's dead life. I appreciate that.
He's already a 20-time champion.
Right. I don't know, man. I liked it tonight. Pretty good. 7 out of 10. You know, like you said, Kenny Omega was off the air. So whatever. I still think it's weird. I can still say it's weird. It's still a weird thing to say to the crowd, I thought. But I get it. But it wasn't on TV. So yeah. 7 out of 10 for AEW for me tonight. And you guys can follow me on Instagram at instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show or at Joe Cronin Show on Instagram. Then obviously I don't have Twitter anymore. Thanks to everybody who joined back up on Patreon. A lot of people have done that. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. We'll have more stuff on there. Over 1,000 episodes of past things and shows and stuff that you can get on there. It's pretty cool. And what's tomorrow? Thursday? Oh my God. I'm just looking at Maria Kanellis crawling through the TNA Impact ring.
Go through Joe's old channel. You know, you can watch some out of nowheres where you'll see JD at his actual desk, his
No
actual
use of
pathetic
keeping
desk,
Don
and not a green
Callis if
screen.
he's baby face.
Well, that's free on YouTube. Alex Oley says no use of keeping Don Callis if he's a babyface. Well, that's why I'd say throw Don Callis on commentary as a heel if he's not going to be with Kenny Omega.
He wasn't a babyface tonight. He's never been a babyface.
No,
since
they
beginning.
they blurred the lines a bit, you know, for now. Like you know, so come on.
I think honestly, what's going to happen is because they're trying to.
You raised a piece of shit.
No.
Hey Joe and nerds on the call. Look at the ninja shit I sent to you on Instagram. At K9 find it Kingly Omega looks fat.
What is this? John Montgomery, thank you very much. I don't think it's like I have an issue playing these videos on Instagram because like when I've played some of these sometimes and these fucking people copyright the fuck out of me for some reason. But it's pretty cool. Oh shit. I'm watching the video right now. It's crazy. Dude, is that
What happened?
I don't know, it's some training cop video and the guy's running with a knife and all these things. But maybe I'll share it on Instagram. I don't know. It's a weird training video with cop. And, what was that?
Yeah, literally, I was transforming.
I just want to say.
You heard Mustafa lying earlier when he was like, "Oh yeah, man, just so decompartmentalized, you know, I can't really focus on them." Blah, blah, blah. Just admit you don't want to watch the shitty show anymore.
No.
I'm fucking with you, but like, he was like, "Yeah, recently I've been just, you know, so stressed out." It's like, just say you don't want to watch Raw, and everybody will get it.
Well,
no, dude. I watch Raw. You want to know what it is? It's like I watch Raw. I try to take the best notes that I can, but it's just like I get a phone call here, I gotta tweet this, or I gotta do something, and then I come back to it, and then I try to like, oh, what just happened, and then I try to follow up with somebody else's note that they.
Yes.
Write down or whatever.
I mean, that's sort of what happened with me tonight, but I was so busy I couldn't take any notes. So I was just like, oh, God. And watching on the phone is awful because you don't really quite get the atmosphere. You know, like I didn't get to hear
You
really.
also don't pay attention to the moves. You know, you really just kind of just becomes like things happening, and you're just kind of focusing.
Yeah,
and wait until the end.
But the atmosphere is a big thing of how I feel, and I do some of the crowd influence and stuff plays into it too. And you know, like I didn't really hear what the pop sounded like for Kenny Omega or what the sound when, you know, I've got to still listen to it now because I missed that. You know, so I mean, I heard it kind of, but the sound wasn't good when I was driving and my Bluetooth wasn't hooking up. So, yeah, it's just an unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? Maybe someday I'll become a millionaire and I'll you know what I mean, I'll be able to watch it. Yeah, I mean, I saw the show, but it's just like it wasn't linear. Like I started watching 40 minutes in, and then during commercial breaks, I would go back to see what I missed earlier. Then at one point, I had to go back to watch the full beginning of the show because I wanted to hear all the Punk promo. And then I came back and missed the women's match because of that. And now all of a sudden it's the main event. You know, so I watched the whole show out of whack. I missed probably 20 minutes of the show, and I watched it all out of order. So, yeah, it does. And then, you know, Mustafa probably watched more than I did, and he had trouble, you know, keeping the notes the full way. So, yeah, it was a rough one. But you know what? Good thing it was a good show, because at least that's the good part. If it was a bad show, I mean, dude, it would have been unbearable.
I would turn it off. If it was a bad show, I'd
Really?
turn it off. Yeah, because the thing is that if even by getting through the whole show, which for a long time with either Raw or SmackDown, like if I
do a
do
little
that,
basketball dance off the concrete.
Oh, interrupted in the middle of the
I mean,
thought.
I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
For $1.
Standard procedure.
For $1.
I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Joe, where's your goddamn hat?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I'm not lying to you when I say I got home at 9:50, right? So I ran down here, had to turn on the computer, find a thumbnail, create the title, tag everything. Leah made me French toast because I hadn't eaten in hours, and she knew it, and she's a sweetheart and made me something to eat. And I said, hey, kids, bye, kids. And I ran down here, and I got everything booted up and everything. It took 10 minutes, and then I got my things to open, XSplit to open, fucking donation stuff up, the Discord up, get in the chat, and I'm watching the main event at the same time. And then here we are.
You're sounding like Sean's view right now. I did this. I did that.
I did
must
this.
do this.
I suck dick. I suck prick. I suck thick. Yeah. So I mean, like, so I don't know where my hat is. I looked around and was like, where's my hat? And I'm like, where's my other hat? I'm like, where are all my
Looked
hats?
around. It was downtown. It must be found.
So I was like, you know what? I'll just go no hat tonight. I'll look a little bit older. That's all. Because you know what? Without my hat,
I put my dick in front of my kids, and then they took them away from me.
oh my god. Without my hat, I do look older now. Like it's crazy. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I really look a lot older without the hat.
Oh my god, the
Well, you are like 39, aren't you?
I'm 38.
So you're 44?
Yes, so we'll call me that.
Okay, so 57 it is.
I can't wait till I'm 69, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's probably gonna be involved jerking off live on some stream somewhere.
No,
You're drinking Malibu every Friday or something, you probably will die before 69.
That's right.
No, don't say that. He needs to be around for his kids.
Well, I'll take what am I? 38, 48, 58, 60. So that'd be way. Yeah, I'll take 59. Give me 59 at least, because then my kids, because like 48, 58. So that's 20 years from now. So in 20 years from now, my youngest will be 28. So that's fine. They've gotten to experience dad enough, you know. And then
yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be fine with that. Like, listen, kids,
take over the
I'm gonna die
IRS bills, kids.
Hand over all your debt to them.
Right.
I'm about to say, you don't want to be a grandpa, Joe?
Now, yeah, that I do, but yeah, but I need to get it's like Leah's dad. Leah's dad is retired, you know, he did the right thing. He's like I think he's 59 or 6 or less. I don't know. And it's like he's done, and he gets a good rest of his life payment. And it's like he gets to do whatever. What does he want to do tomorrow? Go see his grandkids? He can do that. But dude, me, what am I going to be? When I'm 60, I mean, I'm going to be like a fucking, I don't know, bro. I'm probably going to become a car salesman when I'm 60 or something. Like, I'll like be like old guy or something at the place.
If you're somehow still doing these streams when you're 60, bro,
No, I won't be. We'll be dead. No way.
Would you really think would you have to kill yourself at some point?
No, actually, no, because that'd probably be a good thing if I was doing the streams. That would mean that I made a complete career out of it. But dude, I mean,
still working 4 jobs, you're working at McDonald's.
No.
I mean, I don't know, but what I do know is that this past year and this last year and a half, basically, the alarms went off in my head. Of, well, wait a minute. I made a living on this for 4 years, but it's sort of going away a little bit, so it's becoming a part-time job again. So wait a minute, what did you think was going to happen? Did you think that at 50, at 45 years old, you're still going to be here on YouTube making enough money for a full-time job at this? What are you, stupid? This was going to last?
No, Joe. I think honestly, it's just a matter of your audience being consistent, and then also growing your brand. It's not a matter that it still can't be done. It's just a matter of
it can be, but at any moment it can kind of it can go
absolutely
right. But
really
I always justified it because every other job I ever had lasted less than this. This was actually the longest full-time job I ever had. Was YouTube, and the most money I ever made full-time job was YouTube, and YouTube.
So you're doing something right,
right? And YouTube, It started as fun for we 2 years with no donos, no money, no income, 2 years of that, and then a couple of years of slight amount of money part-time, then 4 or 5 years of full-time, and now it's part-time again. But dude, that's pretty awesome. It's fucking amazing. But my point is,
you didn't get the donations. You didn't start getting the donations until 2016.
Yes. 16.
Yeah, that was the beginning of all that.
The earliest I can remember was in January when AJ Styles returned. That's the first time I ever saw the donos on your show.
But it's like one of those things where if you dude, if I'm 42 and YouTube is kind of going away and there's less people watching, there's a million more shows than ever, and you know what I mean, dude, it's what I mean, you can't what. You know what I mean? What happens? What do I got to go find a career at that point. I'm basically I'm a little bit good at a lot of things, but not that good, and I'm a terrible learner. I'm very bad at school. I'm a horrible learner. I literally didn't get a few jobs. I got hired on every interview almost that I ever take and I ever do. But bro, when they're you need to go through 2 weeks of training for this. A lot of times I almost get fired or kicked out because they're wow, you're retarded. I'm a very bad learner. It's not even a joke. I'm a very, very bad learner.
Well, you're a great communicator. Yeah. I mean, again, you got to give yourself a little bit more credit in the sense that you know how to communicate, especially when you're passionate about something that you feel That's why I think things involving whether it be wrestling or whether it be in Shame on You news or just anything of a topic that if you give yourself more attention to it than not, you can explain it in a way both artistically and also in a lack of a better sense of moral way to bring some sense to it, and that's always been your strong suit. So I think honestly it's just a matter of just reshuffling the deck and just viewing it in a different way where it not only brings in more revenue but it also brings in more supporters and stuff. It's just a matter of just adjusting.
I just got to find a way to try to do a little more on YouTube, even though I have less time. I just got to figure that out.
You need some huge sponsorships from companies.
You got to expand your brand a little bit more. Have you thought of doing a cringy intro where you have shots of you on the city streets?
Oh no!
How about you have a green screen set where you're in a lounge room
where I'm driving a car down the street.
Your automatic Mustang.
That's messed up.
With your 3-inch laptop screen and your fucking, what did you say?
I don't know if you've noticed this, but since I called that out, it was changed. I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know.
Yeah, to another douchey set.
Yeah,
dude. The fact that he had anything, the fact that he First of all, his stupid like gay hatred towards Vince is so dumb and cringy. But I just think it's so cringe now that he's like standing like John Laurinaitis said to women. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, last year, not even a year ago, he was in trouble for like controversy for fucking saying Alexa Bliss was a bad fuck. Like you're such an
I don't understand
Not that I'm saying he shouldn't have gotten. I don't think he should have gotten in trouble for saying that. But to be a pussy and now fucking like pretend you're against it, it's just like that James Gunn guy. Oh, how he's gonna fucking
let me tell you something.
Make tweets about molesting people, but then be the guy who's like, we gotta cancel this person.
You're right. I don't understand why he calls all these things out when he himself was like attempted to be canceled over these things. I don't understand that either. But what I do know is crapping on somebody else like that or spending your time hating on somebody else, it just shows that you're jealous of that person, that they're doing better. So like that's a very it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man, spending time crapping on other people, like, or too much time crapping on everybody or other people. It's like, well, why don't you focus on doing better yourself? We were just talking about how I need to do better. And then you start bringing up somebody else. I mean, that just shows that you're like living rent free in somebody else's head or you're jealous of them or something. So like I didn't bring them up. That's why I don't. Cause like, that's just stupid. People do that to me. You know, people do that about me. Like, let me bring up Joe, you know, oh, I've got 20 listeners, you know, it's like, well, that's why. Because what are you doing? You know, spending your time hating on somebody else who's better. It's like, just get better. You get better, and you'll be better if you get better and you focus on you. But if you're there just hating on somebody else, because like you're really just.
I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have a YouTube channel.
No, I know. Well, that's what I'm just saying. What I would say after that, you know, that I'm not going to jump in on the like let's bash somebody else because, you know,
well, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of. Not hypocritical, but I've heard you say so much about people who've got more views than you.
That's true.
Come on, bro.
That's true.
How many times have you called out Keemstar's name? Like, come on, dude.
Well, you know, he slighted me at one point, so every once in a while I would throw a jab out there, you know?
Yeah, he slighted you at one point, you know. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you should be able to talk about anybody.
Yeah, you
It shouldn't be like, oh, you're just jealous of him.
No, you can't.
People should be called out on their shit, you know?
No, it's true, but I don't think it's, you know, it's, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really have a problem that much with him. There's been a couple of things where, like the other night, somebody said something about me, so I went on a rant about it. You know, but that wasn't me just randomly, like, I'm gonna punch up and, you know, be jealous of somebody. That was me actually literally responding to something and then kind of going overboard with it for entertainment purposes. You know, that's not me actually sitting here trying to create some narrative about somebody. Because I'm jealous of them. You know, that's so, you know, that people do that, you know, and lots of people do it. And they do it to each other and whatever. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I have no problem tonight, you know, do whatever. I need to do better stuff. But no, listen, the point of this is you just adjust to life, man. My point is that what I'm saying, though, is that you can't just expect to, like, sit here and do this until 45, and because then what happens at some point when you're 48, 45, and this is going away slowly more at a time, it's like you're gonna find yourself at 48 looking for a job somewhere. Like, what am I gonna, you know? It's like, so you got to be careful. So that's why that's all I'm saying, because we were talking about that. So hopefully something else happens. Hoping something crazy happens. Maybe I'll go viral for sucking someone's nuts on a live stream. Like, I'll suck a ball sack. And it'll go viral, and then, like, I'll be crazy, and then I'll make, like, $5 million, and then we'll be good for the rest of our time. How about that? We'll be good. But until then, I'll work I'll work as much as I have to, man, because I will never, you know what I mean? I'm never going to not, I'll do whatever it takes so even if I don't, for my family, I mean, I'll do whatever it takes. It sucks, but I'll do it. I know I will, even though I'm like, dude, you just will, man. When you have kids, you'll do anything. Like and it's like torture because I have ADD and I'm crazy and I'm somebody who'll give up or leave something if it's terrible, right? And I am doing some terrible shit right now, and I want to leave and I want to run away and I want to stop it, and it's killing me to do certain things so much and have no time for anything. But I'll just do it. I'll do it until I fucking break. You know, because that's what you do. Like, I don't know. But that's why you go to school, man. That's why hopefully you're smart people, and people go to college, or people do what they love and make a lot of money at it. Which that way you don't get into that problem. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about this, but we're stopping.
It
I was gonna say this sounds like the speech of like a streamer who then like the day later like murders his entire family and
No,
then
no.
kills himself.
No.
No.
I was more or less going to
Be
be
stronger.
the PG version. We put you on like in the therapist couch versus like, Joe, let's regress to your childhood. What do you remember? Like
yeah,
some
we're going to my
crap.
childhood. I like to talk about this stuff because I know I don't mind talking about it because I know there's just people out there that can relate to it, or there's people out there that went through crazy shit. So I don't mind talking about it because I think a lot of people relate to it. That's all. But that's about it. It's no other reason than to tell you, why I didn't get the best look at the show tonight. You know what I mean? It was a tough watch, but I got through it and saw it, and I'll probably rewatch it. And sadly, one of my favorite things of the night was the fucking ass boys in their goddamn pineapple pants, and then later on the scissoring that went down with. But I don't know if I love the Guns beating up their dad. It just seems ridiculous. It seems cheap in a way. I don't know why. And now Billy Gunn's with the Acclaimed. And I don't not necessarily hate that because he seems to fit with the Acclaimed more than his own kids for whatever reason, I guess. But they don't need him. His kids kind of do. I guess I don't get that, but yet I was wildly entertained by it. So that's my only little nitpick is I'm not sure why. You're beating up your dad for Stokely. It's just, what? I don't even get it. And I feel like it won't even matter in a couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah. I can't wait until we get another ex-WWE return so they can act like he's going to be a game changer, and then he just disappears.
Where's Miro?
And yeah. You know why Miro's not there? Because he's actually fucking... He doesn't give a fuck, and he actually calls out like other wrestlers and shit. And didn't he call out CM Punk and said like he called him a hypocrite or something for like standing up for your coworkers, even though he used to throw like everybody under the bus and just like stop talking to them if they slighted him even a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems it's just bizarre. Like
I don't know, things seem weird ever since like Punk signed. I don't know. I just feel like more and more negative stories have come out more since then about AEW. Like I don't know.
There's some things that are good since Punk signed. That was a good signing. Everything is good there. There's a lot of good things, but there's a lot of different faces to AEW. And I used to like what I used to love about AEW in the first couple of years was that the variety of matches. They did so well with that. Maybe the first 2 years of AEW. And it even extends into before AEW really started. There would be a match where it was like the Young Bucks go crazy and off the rails all over the place. Then there would be a couple other matches that were really fun for some reason or another. And then there would be another match that was completely different, like a battle royal or a weird thing. And then there would be a classic style wrestling match with like Cody Rhodes and somebody else. And so you would get this variety of wrestling that really, I loved that. Now, I don't see that as much. It's a little more inconsistent. But
I never got to ask because I don't think I was around when you guys reviewed or when Cody debuted. Do you think Cody always had that plan of coming back to WWE, like even from like the beginning stages of AEW, or do you think this was more of a spontaneous move like of this year that he decided?
I think he thought it could happen because of like people like the Drew McIntyre type of thing. Like I'll go away, find myself, and then come back. But what I think happened is he went away to find himself and do all this stuff and build himself up on his own. And then what happened is he fell into the whole AEW thing. And they started this revolution, as they say. And then it really became something. And then he was probably like, oh my God, I'm going to be doing this like forever because like this is crazy. And then I think he started realizing, oh man, I don't really have control of my destiny here. And this isn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. and so now it's time to go back. It's time to go to WWE. It's time to go do something over there. It's time to. He figured I'm going to do this anyway. I'm not going to be I don't want to be the president guy. I don't want to be the company thing. I just want to go out and wrestle on the biggest stage now. And now that I've got this persona, and WWE will let me have this persona, I'm going to go there and do it in the biggest stage. So I think he kind of had it planned in his mind, but I don't think he planned that he was going to start in a wrestling company, be part of a start of a wrestling company that would be on, he couldn't have thought that.
No, I mean, I'm not saying from when he started in the indies, but when they were forming the formation of AEW, do you think in his mind he was still thinking there's a possibility he can go back, or do you think at the time he was like, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my career? Because when you become an executive vice president of a new company, I don't feel like any thought in your mind would cross that you're ever going to be leaving that position unless the company folded.
Yeah, I think he did think. I think he was probably locked in on AEW, and he was all in and locked in on AEW. And then I think once, he realized that he didn't have as much control as he wanted anymore, and things were a little.
And they weren't probably paying him as much.
Maybe, and things were colder, and he had so much responsibility, right? Not just being a wrestler, he had to do all these other things, and I think all of that added up into what? This has now become something I don't really like, as much, especially the president stuff, CEO stuff, or whatever you want to call it. He definitely was like, what? I don't want to be this anymore. I want to be a wrestler. And he got to be his character that he is, his song, his American Nightmare gimmick in front of more people.
Are those the same people who sang his old song back in WWE? Because they sound very similar.
No, I don't think so.
No, not at all.
He had a good song back in the old, in the day.
I did not like it. I love his new. Well, he's had this since 2016. Believe it or not, it's been a while.
I'm talking about his Dashing Cody Rhodes theme was pretty cool. I think that whole gimmick was cool too. Not enough people talk about it.
I didn't like that.
I like that, and then I like when he had the mask on after he got hit in the face. He got a little tiny 619, and then you could barely see anything on his face, but he put a fucking clear mask on him, and he was like, I'm disfigured, and he would put bags over people's head.
I bet
and he
Vince
would act
did that.
A psycho.
I think Vince did that. I think he was like, your face looks like a turtle's dick. Let's put a mask on you.
Well, he made that gimmick when I was a kid. I used to hate him because I was like, "Fucking
I thought it was good,
asshole."
Yeah, I liked. I honestly that was the thing with the title, and when he did that stuff, that was pretty good. I liked what he did there. It reminded me of a little bit of the DiBiase type of stuff, or Rick Martel, and a little bit of that sort of mid card, champion.
That gimmick is next to Rey Mysterio,
right? By a 619, he took a 69 in the face.
He legit let Cody book their WrestleMania angle that year.
Who did? Oh, Vince?
Rey.
Oh, Rey Mysterio.
Rey
Here you go, man.
Shit bomb.
You booked this.
Sammy Guevara versus Danny Garcia soon. Who wins?
Your mother.
I guess I would have Sammy Guevara beat him on I'd cheat and win on TV, and then I'd have Garcia win on the pay-per-view. Then I'd have Sammy Guevara win in the second match, and then Garcia could go over in the third pay-per-view match. But they don't have enough pay-per-views to do that, so no, it's not gonna happen. Can't do it.
A piece of shit.
Since weed is legal in your state, got any tips on how to smuggle it back to the Southeast? Thanks, bro. Love the OnlyFans.
Oh, thank you, John Montgomery. Really appreciate it. I mean, what do you really need to smuggle it? You just fucking put it in your pocket and drive, and don't do something dumb while driving.
Yeah, truly that simple.
Yeah.
Cops don't give a fuck. If you have it in your car, as long as it doesn't stink.
CM Cunt is easily the most overrated wrestler of all time.
Ooh.
He wishes he was 25% the star John Cena was. And Jon Moxley looks like he smelled like shit. In all reality, half the in roster looks like they just got out of bed in a trailer park.
Ah, man. I mean, listen, I like AEW and I like everybody for the most part. Yeah, maybe some people are a little overrated. And you can make a good case for that based on the fact that there aren't 3 million people watching AEW and all the stars are there. So, Sasha's Mouthblood, thank you.
I don't think Moxley's suited for AEW in all honesty. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I just don't view that he fits there anymore. Neither does like a lot of their roster.
His promos are suited for AEW kind of, but his...
Can I ask a serious question? What is the difference between Moxley and Dean Ambrose other than he bleeds and curses more?
Dean,
well, they don't got him playing with hot dog stands and stuff like that now, I guess.
Well, Dean was really, dude, whether he likes it or not, and he hated the material he was given, 2014, 2015, hell, 2016, Dean Ambrose was was probably the most over babyface on the entire roster. Like, the pops he was getting, he was really, everybody rooted for him to be the champion. He had great matches with Seth. Like, their feud really carried a lot of, like, Raws that were pretty abysmal back in the day. So like whether you don't like the watered down version of Jon Moxley, it worked to a lot of people.
He was my favorite character.
Sorry, picking up a bit.
Yeah, I mean he's just missing some direction a bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like WWE version of him was pretty good, but it wasn't, he wasn't. He wasn't like he was like a 7 out of 10. But now in AEW, it's like he's funner in a way because he's more unpredictable and he can say things and bleeds more. But he is missing some sort of a direction. I mean, this is the best he's had in a while right now with him and CM Punk. So, I'm not really down to criticize him right now because he's got this going on. But, yeah, he's always felt a little bit just roguish and fun, but mid-card. He doesn't feel, to me, ever like the top guy. He always feels like a cactus. He's the Cactus Jack or something like that. Like, he's not.
I view him to be a top guy, personally. Like, I view him to be. I would view especially like I said back in the mid 2010s, he really was.
I think he's more of a top guy than Seth.
Oh, what?
I think Mox is more of a top guy than Seth.
Than Seth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you there because Seth.
I don't know.
Seth, I don't know. For a while, Seth was he was just stuck in the mid card for from 2016 all the way to 2019. He didn't win a world championship. So, there was a time where he was he lost a lot of his luster, and then they did try to attempt to build him into the next main guy, and they had him beat Brock twice. But lately, Seth just feels like a loser. Seth, the fact that I'm still supposed to take Seth seriously after he lost 3 times to Cody. He hasn't won a championship in forever. His story with Roman was never resolved. What is exactly what am I supposed to be getting out of Seth right now? I know this is an AEW review, but where is Seth going?
Well,
because it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere positive.
Let me show you something. I just looked up the popularity. Let's look up the popularity of the last 90 days of these wrestlers. Roman Reigns is in the green. CM Punk is in the purple. And you'll see this. Hold on, let me put you on the screen. CM Punk is in the purple. Roman Reigns is in the green. In the yellow is Chris Jericho. And in the red is Seth Rollins. So Jericho and Rollins are tied here. Jon Moxley is in last place on this list with a 2.
Wow.
He's not even... Jon Moxley is, dead on this chart. CM Punk's more popular than Moxley. Roman Reigns more popular than Moxley. Jericho's more popular than Moxley. Seth Rollins more popular than Moxley. Now,
and then those crazy reports that he's making $5 million a year, which are just fucking insane.
No, he is making that. He really is making that.
Wait, isn't it $6 million actually?
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of money. He's making more than Jericho. And now take a look at this chart right now.
I thought that was bullshit.
Now I know
I thought that was bullshit.
He's been injured, so this doesn't really count too much for him, but that is Kenny Omega in the green. Kenny Omega has the same rating in the past 90 days that Jon Moxley has. And Kenny Omega was injured, and Jon Moxley's tied with him.
So he stayed relevant even after all that time he's been out of action.
Well, but I mean, I would say it looks more bad for Moxley. Like you're as relevant as an injured guy for the last 90 days. Give me another AEW
he's
wrestler.
been doing interviews on Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Give me another name. Give me another AEW name.
Christian.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy. Let's try Jungle Boy. He should be now Jungle Boy should be at the bottom, right?
Right.
He'll be higher than Moxley.
Jungle Boy is tied with Moxley last 90 days.
Wow. The AEW champion.
Yeah, that's sad for Mox.
So like
Mox, I feel bad for him too because I really do like Moxley. I've always been a fan of him all the way back in the Shield, but like something about him lately is just like not even that he's bad, he just feels irrelevant. Like he's just there. Same with Brian, he's just there.
How about Kevin Owens? I took CM Punk off the chart. See Kevin Owens, Moxley finally is beating out Jungle Boy. Just in, by the way, it just changed. So, but like seriously, like Jungle Boy, bro. Last 7 days, Moxley's higher than Jungle Boy. Finally. But if you go last 90 days, that's crazy. Now, who's in the yellow? Chris Jericho is the most popular guy in the last 90 days, according to this chart. Kenny Omega is above. Kevin Owens is at 12 score. Now, Kevin Owens has been like injured and barely doing much up until WrestleMania.
Yeah. He's only been back 2 weeks.
Right. But
Kevin Owens is a star. That's why. Kevin Owens is like one of their. I'm surprised that like he's lasted as long as he has. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of these indie guys that we thought wouldn't really make it too long are like kind of mainstays now on the roster. Like I wouldn't have expected to see Owens still to this day. Like I don't know. Like the fact that he main evented, it shows that they've got a lot of.
Look at this. Take a look at this. Rey Mysterio in the purple. That's Rey Mysterio. Look at the popularity of Rey Mysterio.
He's the most popular luchador ever.
Right. He blows away, though. I mean, Jungle Boy here and fucking Moxley are tied. Fucking Jericho's at a 9. It just shows how important Jericho is to that company. Like, Jericho...
Without Jericho, they would be nothing.
Yeah, they would be in trouble. I mean, Punk as well. We saw Punk score earlier. Punk had a huge score. So Punk and Jericho are the most important people in that company as far as popularity and whatever you want to call it. You know, and again, so this I think this kind of makes my point that Jon Moxley is not at that level that people. I mean, for whatever reason, he can be your favorite wrestler. That's okay. I love him too. I like him. But it's just he's not the type of draw. But he's a damn good asset. He's like I don't want to say Roddy Piper, but he's got a little bit of that sort of like he's that solid, fun guy who's there, and he's good. I think he's a
good draw. I think he has had instances where he's been a really good draw, but in the case of right now, there's just so many. I just feel like, especially for AEW. There's so many fucking people now and so many new faces that I see. Like, I saw like the poster for tonight's show, and it was like Daniel Bryan was front and center, and then like next to him was like some guy that I've never fucking seen in my life, and he was the biggest person on the fucking poster. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah. It's hard for you to take seriously guys like Jon Moxley when people who are in the main event are the biggest on the poster are fucking like people who look like jobbers or just aren't really regular looking faces.
Who was it again that faced Danielson tonight? It was Garcia, right? Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
I don't even
homosexual number 15. Like fucking, they all look the same.
Yeah.
How about find an opponent that doesn't look like a generic creator, a wrestler? And of course, that's like fucking some bullshit story. Daniel Bryan's like, that's actually the dream opponent. I've always wanted to wrestle Uba Gaglubagoo from fucking Naomi.
Yeah.
Like some stupid shit. Because I saw him wrestle one time stiff at a fucking shitty house show.
Yeah, and like 30,000 people in the world know who this person is.
I mean, my only argument.
His dream opponent.
By the way, look at that chart right there. That's Jericho in the yellow, and that's Danielson, Keith Lee, and then Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy's actually in the red, and then Daniel Garcia is in the blue.
My only argument.
Sorry, I was just gonna be like, who's your dream opponent, Daniel? Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart? Nah, actually, I want to face this guy named Tyler Smithson. He's really. Yeah, some fucking nobody that you've never heard of.
I was just gonna say my only argument is that again, you don't know if somebody's a main eventer unless you put him in the main event,
right?
Or you don't know if somebody's going to be a breakout star until they actually have a match with whomever.
You want to guess who's in the blue? Go ahead, everybody, right now, and take a guess at who that blue person is. And yellow is Jericho. Guess who that blue person is?
Punk.
Daniel.
Nope.
Omega.
Nope.
Joe Cronin.
Nope.
Can you imagine?
Red is Jungle Boy. Green is Keith Lee. Purple is Bryan Danielson.
Is the blue Christian?
Yellow is Chris Jericho, and blue is MJF.
Really?
He hasn't been on the show for about.
Yeah, but that's his last 30 days. That's the last 30 days rating.
Wow.
Here's the last. Want to see the last 90 days rating?
Yeah.
This is the last 90 days. MJF is higher than Jericho. You don't think MJF matters or means something right now? Look at this.
Oh, he still means something. Don't worry about that.
Bro, look at that.
Is this whether or not he's actually going to even be on TV within the next, couple weeks? Or
no, I know, but dude, look, dude, the purple, that's CM Punk.
Wow.
Look at MJF, the blue. MJF beats CM Punk and Chris Jericho. No one else has beat them except for maybe Roman Reigns. Let me throw Roman Reigns up on this and see where he is. Probably Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns will win, but let's see how far. Yeah, look at Roman Reigns blowing it out the water. But still, so the only person that can oppose Roman Reigns is MJF in popularity on the internet. Look at that.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you go back further, the guy who probably was ahead of everybody besides Roman Reigns was probably Cody. Cody was, I mean, the amount of attention Cody was getting back like a few months ago was just so insane to me. Like, he really was, they really were priming that guy to be the
This
guy
is
who
the
took
past,
belts off.
the past 90 days. Cody's in green. Purple is Punk. Green is Cody. Yellow is Jericho. Red is Reigns. And blue is MJF. That's the last 90 days.
What do you guys think Cody would do it now? If he was still around.
What?
He'd probably be facing Drew. They'd probably be having a number one contender match or something like that. Although I honestly still feel like the end game should be waiting till Cody comes back, see what the type of reaction he gets, and then have him go after fucking Roman. Because I don't buy that they're gonna switch have Roman drop the belt to either Karrion Kross or Drew McIntyre. So I feel like Cody, to me, is the only one in the past year or so that I've seen to be like a viable babyface to take the championships off. So if they're smart, they would book that with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if he hadn't gotten injured, I'm assuming hopefully they wouldn't have done another thing with Seth. But I'm assuming that he probably would have maybe gone against one of the other top wrestlers, maybe Drew McIntyre or Kevin Owens or something.
Well,
yeah.
Listen, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up, baby. It's pretty late.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, baby. Luke Rojas and Mustafa and Tom. I forget who Tom really is. Tom, who are you really?
Boy.
You'll never know.
Oh, God. Well, Tom, thank you for being here, man. Mustafa, Rojas, good to have everybody here. I enjoyed you guys. I had fun. I'm going to bump off to sleep.
Don't do a bump, though.
I was going to say that was probably the wrong choice of words. I'm going to head off to bed. I'm not going to do any drugs. And I'll see you guys tomorrow probably at some point. I'll be on in the daytime, I think, tomorrow.
Just don't do the JOB for Leah tonight, brother. You got to go over.
I don't know. I'm probably going to pass out and let her... She'll probably read some book and step on me. Anyway, love you guys, man. Seriously. Okay, Rojas, you call it more. Come back, Mustafa. We miss you.
Absolutely.
Kisses.
Take care, guys.
All right. I love you, brother. Hey, man. Tonight we have a triple tie or a three-way tie. We have a trios tie tonight here on the AEW review. This is crazy. Between Drew Bar 100 dropping $100, DWELSH dropping $100, and Todd Fayer dropping. Wow. $100.
I'ma leave this briefcase.
Oh shit! The ghost from the coast.
I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Yeah, I'ma leave this briefcase right here. I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
You so fat, you so large, yeah. This might blow up, you the size of a barge, yeah. Come on, yeah, here we go. We're about to blow up on Joe Cronin show. Run.
Never run so hard in all your damn life. Run, you fat bitch.
Run.
What's up, Joe?
What up?
What do you think of the news of Triple H contract tempering?
Oh man, that's a great thing that we did not talk about tonight. I don't know enough details about it, but I did hear about it. There's a rumor, I guess, I don't know if it's true, a rumor that there's some kind of contract tampering going on because you can't, speak to other people's talent in a certain way, just like any other sports contract, I guess, or maybe messing around with their own contracts. I haven't read or talked or heard about enough of it, but I did hear about that being news. I just don't know how true it is yet. So I don't know. So I don't know what to think about it yet. I think that there are things that maybe Triple H doesn't know about as well as maybe some of the other, like Vince did, and probably Triple H is probably trying to stick his hand all over in every cookie jar to get whatever he can back in the WWE. So I could see how it could happen under him more than Vince and other things because there were procedures before and certain ways about going about things. So I could see how that could possibly happen. But at this point, unless you tell me it's an official truth, I still have to kind of take it as a bit of a rumor. But yeah, I did hear about it. I could see it maybe happening, but I don't know the specifics. I'll have to do some research and get back to you. Probably tomorrow, John. Or no, who was that? That was Ghost from the Coast. Thank you, Ghost from the Coast.
Shit bum.
AJ and Renee must be getting helped hostage cause CM Cunt and John Alcoholic just look like they smell like complete shit.
Oh.
What's someone like AJ doing with a dude who looks like he just woke up and snorted a line of coke next to his tent under a highway?
I don't know, man. She ain't no prize. You ever listen to her talk? She seems like she seems like a crazy, narcissist like he is. So I don't know, man. They probably love each other. I don't know. You try living with that. I've seen her on documentaries. Save the topic for Friday. Yeah, Ghost from the Coast. I guess I will. I'll listen to a couple of news clips about it. And I'll look it up, and then I'll know more, and then I'll make a decision on my thoughts.
Shit bum!
By Friday or so.
Ratings have been steady with Mox as champ. Google doesn't mean crap. No denying his star power and value to this company. Mox $5 million a year.
That's ridiculous to me. I mean, he is a member of the Shield, I guess, is the big thing. They mean something. I mean... Mox is about as important as Omega, it looks like, according to the popularity of the internet, but I don't know, man. I find him important. I like Moxley. I really do. I'm just saying, You're never going to grow anything with this. You're not going to grow, you know. You need more. You need more, something more to grow your audience. You know, if that's what people want. If everybody's happy with how they are, fine. Chris Maycock, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. What's up, Maycock? I may cock you tonight. I may not. I may cock, I may not. Hey, man. I really appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. All right? After AEW, 2 hours and 50 minutes, guys. It's 1 a.m. in the morning. We talked wrestling for 2 hours and 50 minutes. Damn, I had a crazy day. Early morning again. Thank you very much for these donations, bro. You made my... I mean, I might have made a good chunk of money today, you know, between fucking 2 other jobs and then this. I mean... It's like 240 plus... I mean, you know what's sad is I worked 12 hours today before this. Or more than that. Is it more than that? What is it? Yeah, fuck, bro. That's 5, 10... Yeah, I worked about 13 hour day before this, technically, right? And then I came on here. And then... You drop bombs here. So I made... It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, man. It's a... Although it was a rough day, man, it was a full day of work and a full day of... I don't know. I'm tired. See, I can't even... You know when I don't have words that's how tired I am, when I don't have words to say things. I'm usually pretty good with my words, and I have no words right now. I'm that tired. I fell asleep earlier today when I was in the middle of my break, and I made a video and I posted it last night, I think it was, or earlier today, on a short on my YouTube channel. I was so tired in it. Afterwards, I was like, what was I saying? Why did I post this? I look like I'm on drugs. I was me just trying to stay connected with everybody to be like, hey, AEW tonight, I'll see you there. And I was like, AEW, it's a long day. I was like, why did I post that? Dude, I was out of my mind, bro. I'm tired. Wings! Well, that was way too loud. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Go ahead and hit that like button and stick the thumb up my ass. Appreciate it. You know? Become a patron on patreon.com/JoeCronin Hit me up on Instagram if you really got to get a hold of me and you don't like email and you don't like Facebook and you don't like, you know, and I'm banned on Twitter now. The best way to get me besides Patreon is to DM me on Instagram, I guess. Might take me a few to see it, but I'll see it. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you maybe in the daytime tomorrow. And then I'll see you Friday night for Monetize This. Last week, my wife became the queen of the wheel. And Leah remains the queen of the wheel. But Drew Barr, DWELSH, and Todd Fair, triple tie for the JCS digital title. Keep it hard.
Yeah, I didn't like his outfit, and I wasn't a big fan of his promo either, the Mr. Gentleman promo type. Allow me to introduce myself. Are you going to fuck the guy?
Why does Jim Cornette hate me? Remember why in this link to this video. There it is. Why does Jim Cornette hate me? Go learn about it.
Is there legitimately people listening to this and watching this now, you say, actually?
Yeah, there will be. I do 100,000 views a week, Jim. It's all right. I'm going to do all right.
Yeah, we do okay over here.
Well,
He
Jim, you know, I
really didn't need my help. But how many people we got in the chat room right now? And what's the next question?
The chat is about 400 people, but I was
400 now. It's growing.
But you know what? I'll say the last time I saw Jim Cornette, I did a terrible Bret Hart impression for him. I don't know if you remember that.
Do you remember that, Jimmy?
Where was that?
It was in Rhode Island. I was in Rhode Island. My wife, she was the camera lady, and I did an awful. She hated it. It was unbelievable.
You ruined his ego too. You told him to find a new career, to find something else to do.
Yeah.
You even shit all over Joe, and you didn't know him. You just go around shitting on people.
Would you just take a breath and calm down? Yeah, Joe, I remember you now. I didn't remember you till then. Now I remember you.
God.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But you know what?
Jimmy's getting old.
Well, it was a terrible impression. You'll never forget about it. You know what I mean?
My God, there's some type of goddamn stains all over that thing.
Though, I promise. This is not stolen merchandise.
Somebody stole your legs. They gave you toothpicks.
I think it's a weird obsession with you. Like, people will sit there on YouTube and just watch Jim Cornette videos for hours. They've told me that.
Yes, it's somewhat similar to, like, you go on RedTube and you watch Vanessa Del Rio videos over and over. You go on YouTube and watch Jim Cornette.
It was the show last night. I missed it, but I heard it was, like, epic.
You didn't see any of it at all? It was fantastic. It was the best show that's it. You're sure you didn't see it? It was wonderful. People were raving about it. They were throwing money at me as I walked off the stage. You're sure you weren't there, right?
I wasn't.
I'm telling you, they were not only throwing money at me, but several of them were offering their young daughters as tribute to me.
Well, I'm afraid of losing her right now, to be honest. I mean,
well, you should be afraid of losing her. You couldn't get a date on a tombstone.
Yes, I did it. They said, do Bret Hart for Jim Cornette and see if he kills you.
Well, now, you did an impersonation of Bret Hart. You didn't actually do Bret Hart. Yeah. If you do Bret Hart and let me watch, that would be interesting.
Well, Jim, thanks very much for the time. Now, let me tell you something. Me and Jim Cornette have amazing chemistry. Now go watch that video. Good night, everybody.
The champs are here!
Wings!